You can support this show at patreon.com/ASA podcasting.
Beefed up my Big Bang.
The wasteland is a post-apocalyptic mess as the sole survivor wanders out, about to see the rest. Nuclear explosions sending out the gamma rays from deep within the core, frozen atomic waste. From deep within the core, frozen atomic waste.
Hello and welcome to the 556th edition of the Fallout Feed. I am Andrew, joined by a flock of my favorite Fallout folks tonight. I've got Jess. What's up, Jess?
Hey, Andrew. Greeps, everybody.
Kapow! And
Kapow, yes.
And also Ray. What's up, Ray?
Hello, hello.
And also joining us tonight, we have This is your first time, right? Has to be his first time. Long time. I don't want to say long time listener, but lots of listener, lots of listening in a condensed short period of time, and lots of feedback participant in recent seasons. We have our good buddy John the Shoveler. John, thank you so much for hopping on, sir. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Appreciate you letting me be on.
Absolutely.
It'll be really fun.
Thank you so much for all your feedback and everything. Been a joy to hear from you all season long. Generally, when we have a person on for like the first time, we kind of like to go through like their Fallout sort of history. You don't have to go too deep or whatever if you want to, but like, what was your first Fallout game? And do you have like a certain play style? Do you have like a favorite game? Those sort of general Fallout questions. Where do you stand, John? What was your introduction to the Fallout universe?
I started on Fallout 3. Usually I get these games like a year or two after they come out. So Fallout 3, I can't even remember what the date was, but or year. But yeah, it's my first one. I remember my heartache when I couldn't complete or finish the game because you just die. And I think the DLCs came out later, and I just didn't want to play them.
Ooh, you didn't go back. So you had the thing where you did the original ending, and you didn't go and get to keep playing and do other quests.
Yeah. I tried doing it with was it sacrificing lions, and then I just felt so bad. I went back and replayed that ending, so I took the fall. But yeah, I felt so bad. But then we got the New Vegas, and that one on my PlayStation 3. When it first came out, it was just so bad. It stuttered and stopped all the time. I remember trying to go down where all the death claws are, Sloan, and it would just stop. Just like 10 seconds a footstep.
People forget, terrible. Not only did it have issues when it first came out technically that they worked on over time, but the PlayStation version was definitely the most difficult to play version, notoriously.
Yeah. I played it just before we started the season, and just to make sure it worked, and it worked just fine. Played it all the way through, but I didn't download the DLCs, and I think that's what's giving me some issues right now. But then Fallout 4 came out, and that I fell in love with that one. Just you're
missing a giant release in between New Vegas and 4 there.
He didn't play Shelter.
Yeah. I did play that. I did play the
best Fallout game, perhaps.
Yeah, what is it called again? I can't remember. What is it? It's Settlements or something like that.
Vault Land.
Yeah, I played that. I played it a lot. I got kind of annoyed that it would keep playing when you shut off your phone, but then I
learned how to stop it.
One of the episodes you talked about it, Andrew, you said, if you actually stop the game, or shut off the game, then it won't play anymore. And I'm like, oh, that'd have been nice to know. But
got to kill it in the background.
Podcast back then.
There you go. Get another good reason to listen to Fallout podcast. That's awesome.
There you
So
go.
you started with 3. You obviously got into it more until you got to your favorite, which was Fallout 4. At what point would you say that you consider yourself a Fallout fan? Like, was it right from the beginning that you loved it? And if so, what did you love about it?
It was honestly, I like Fallout from. Even though I had a hard time with it, it was Fallout New Vegas is when I was like, yeah,
That's when you
this
knew.
is the
Okay.
Fallout's the game for me. So, yeah, it was kind of painful having New Vegas just not wanting to play for me. So we played some other games like Mass Effect, and I actually hurt my arm 3, 4 years ago, and all I played was Mass Effect. I got the Legendary Edition and just played it
I
and
spent a
cried
whole
at the
summer on
end.
it too. Yeah. Mass Effect is always one of my faves, and Legendary
Yeah.
Edition is the best way to play.
Yeah. But yeah, I love Fallout 4. The companions. I know it's not a popular opinion, but I really like the voice actors on the protagonist. I haven't played the female, but yeah, I've listened to them all, and it's just great.
Do you
Uh,
mean in Mass Effect?
No, 4. Fallout 4.
Oh, Fallout 4. No,
So
yeah, they are
Yeah,
both.
sorry, I skipped back here.
They are both great. No, we
Yeah.
should get back to Fallout 4. They are both fantastic. And it's funny because some people, yes, they may prefer Courtney when they hear her, but no, they're both excellent.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of our audience has probably heard, Nate a lot more than Nora over the years.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't mind Garvey that much. I just kind of leave him in a spot and then go back to when I. But once you get past the I think once you get past a certain point, he doesn't bug you so much about the settlements. Maybe
Yeah,
when
after you get through Corvega, and they made it a little better too.
It's after you
Yeah.
grab the perception bobblehead
And walk away.
and walk away. That's when he leaves you the fuck alone.
We call that the Ray special.
They're like that in my current playthrough. It's so funny. Ray rubbed off onto me.
It's the way to go.
But, and I was going to talk about this in my gameplay. I want the artillery cannon, which means I have to open up the castle. Do you need to start the Minutemen shit in order to access that stuff in the castle? Damn.
And you have to go away and then come back for Ronnie Shaw to even talk to you at all, or even show
You
up.
have to go and and then leave and come. I don't know. Maybe I
She's
don't
like,
want the
"It's about
artillery
time you
cannon.
got here."
About time. I was here 3 days ago.
Yeah.
So you're big into 4 now, which is kind of surprising because most people, even if they do remember the clunky times, get nostalgic for New Vegas or 3 if those were the games that they played first. So it does surprise me to hear you say 4 is your favorite. Now, of course, there's always exceptions, but I do hear a lot of the time in the Fallout community, people, over half the time, I would say, whichever game they played first is generally their favorite. But a lot of the time, people will lean on the 3 in New Vegas for that too. And I always feel like kind of a poser, a Fallout poser, because I'm so new to the community, and I like Fallout 4 and 76, and I can't tolerate those the mid era games, where they first stood up, started walking in 3D.
Yeah.
They're a little harder for me to play, but I fucking love 4 and 76, and people just get nostalgic for what they played first. I always feel, but so yeah, do you have a play style you like? Do you play the same thing from game to game, or do you find a different way to exploit each game?
No, I play pretty much the same. It's sneaky sniper that you obviously don't like.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, I'm just
We
not
got
good
another
at
one.
up front and close. It drives me nuts. I'm not a good shot when I'm up close because I'm all over the place shooting. I shoot dog meat or Cade or somebody else before I hit the actual bad guy in front of me. So if I'm
Yeah.
further away, I have more time to shoot and run away if they get too close.
That's why you got to use a combat knife.
Yeah,
Get
yeah,
yourself a nice
that's-
melee weapon.
We get the now I can't remember his name. The
Pikmin's blade.
psycho. Yeah, there you go, Pikmin.
Yeah. Yeah, Pikmin's blade with the with blitz and high agility is killer.
Yeah, I probably if we ever do I think we're talking about doing another season of Fallout 4. Maybe I'll try if it gets rolled for melee. I'll bite the bullet and
We
or
will
bite the
see.
knife.
Nothing has been specifically said or decided yet, but who knows what the future holds.
Yeah.
But
What do you
I
mean,
will
who
say,
knows? You laid out a roadmap this week, Jess. Come on.
that was in chat, you guys. But yeah, that said, the Fallout 4 and 76 crowd, I think we're starting to outweigh. Not necessarily outweigh, but you talk about, how you're newer. And keep in mind, that was 11 years ago.
Yeah,
okay?
I say new, and people are like,
Our baby's
old
11
man.
years. So those who
Yeah.
started with Fallout 4 or Shelter or, have been around for a long, long time and they can be nostalgic. And now it's the TV show fans who found Fallout through the TV show that, they're the
Is-
ones that have to watch themselves. Watch how you step, turn on that light step or else you might step on a trap.
We get all of us rolling their eyes. Oh, God. Noobs. What are some references that someone who's a fan of the first exposure to Fallout would be the TV show? What are some references they would make that we'd be like, ugh?
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie. Yeah, that would
Yeah.
be, I think, one of the biggest out there.
Yeah,
They
that
also
has,
are
yeah,
most likely to laugh at chickens.
the aw shucks the part of it, yeah. Chickens, oh, right.
That's jerky.
Ass jerky,
So,
yes. That's a good
Mhm.
one. Absolutely.
Oh, let's see. So anything else on your Fallout history there? You're playing 76 now, right? You're working your way through that as well? John?
Yes, sorry, I was reading the chicken curious. Yeah, I got into it. I bought me a new computer, and I was finally able to play it without it.
You're a PC
Stop
player,
it.
huh?
Yeah, I have to be on this one because I'm too cheap to get the PlayStation Pass or whatever it is.
Yep. Yeah, play PS Plus in order to play 76
PS
online.
Plus,
Because
yeah,
you're a PlayStation player primarily, right?
Yeah,
You have
that's my
been
four.
playing New Vegas on your PlayStation 3 or 4 now, right? Your 4?
PlayStation 3.
And it runs better now than it used to.
Yeah, they must have done some kind of update back in the day that I missed because it worked a lot better. That was before I started putting the DLCs on. Once I started adding those, because I was adding them one at a time. The last one, Lonesome Road, it was starting to struggle.
It sounded like it
That's
was
what it was.
Wicked starting to struggle. Andrew,
Yeah.
get this. How many times did you load into the DLC before it stopped crashing? Like how many attempts?
So on this one, it was once. That was on. So yeah, that was terrible. It was twice, two times. First time was just from just playing the game and getting into the bunker, and
Mhm.
waking up, and then it was just like, no. But I watched that scroll across the top tell me about a bunch of different things.
Yeah,
That I
the
knew about.
slideshow. When you get into Old World Blues, like when it takes 2 or 3 tries, or I knew
Watching
you had
that.
crashed at least twice going into Dead
Yeah.
Money
Oh, good
here.
Lord.
So yeah, that's a lot
Yeah.
to get through. You got to, as soon as it's actually working, I'm like, save. Make sure you save.
Yeah. Who
Wow.
was telling me to save in chat? They were telling me save on one of the things. Can't remember who it was. Is it Rando?
Probably.
Save?
Yep.
There he goes. but yeah, I was doing all that, and yeah, it's working much better. I got to the casino, and as you go through that gate, I don't know if everybody's been there yet, but there's a gate to the casino, and it started to struggle. I thought, oh, here we go, but I got through it, and everything else was fine
Excellent.
until I just kept dying and dying.
Well, we'll get into all that stuff in the when we're talking Dead Money
Yeah.
for the roundtable a bit. But so to wrap up your gameplay, anything else that you've been playing recently? What are you up to? How are you liking 76, and how do you think it compares? Anything else you want to talk about?
So 76, I really like it. It's not 4, but um, it's I actually got into um, what did I get into? I got into the one of the teams, and oh my gosh, that was embarrassing. I clicked on something when I was in the that tunnel of love, and all of a sudden it says you're on a team. I'm like,
Oh, you went to an event and then joined onto someone's live
yeah,
event team.
Have
Okay.
you not been joining public teams?
no, because
Oh.
I'm just embarrassed because
Why-
I'm so
My
bad
goodness,
at it.
don't
Why
be
is that
embarrassed. It's a great
embarrassing?
way to play.
Yeah.
It's
It's like, yeah, I just like they've already got a plan ahead, and you're like,
No,
I'm
they
gonna screw up
don't.
your plan, okay?
You
They-
worry about the expectations. And at first, that was kind of a thing. But ever since they made public teams, if someone starts a casual public team, you can just join it. Most people just join because you get a little bit of boost on the experience.
Yeah.
And, you may think, oh, they're making a team because they're going to go do something together. They're going to do events together. They're going to do an expedition. They're going to, do a daily ops. And maybe they are, but most likely they're not, especially if they make a casual team.
Right.
And that's kind of the difference is when you see that pop up and they, label what kind of team it is.
Yeah. Yeah, it was funny. It was just all of a sudden I was on that team, and then they did the event, and then all of a sudden I was the only one on the team.
Yep.
They all
Yeah,
play
chat's saying the worst thing that'll happen is you'll get kicked. And that's exactly right. Like, no big deal. And never take it personally. Don't be like,
Yeah.
oh, they kicked me. No, it's just they were probably holding a space for a friend. It's not that they hate you. Although maybe they
Yeah.
do. But no,
Or
they
what is it still, because you guys talked about it before, is it still a thing if it'll glitch and kick you off the team? Is that
Oh,
still a thing? Or-
sometimes, yeah. Sometimes if the team leader is disconnected, if you have a brief disconnection, there's, any number of reasons it might happen that you get kicked from team.
And then there'll be a ghost where it only looks like there's 3 people on a team and you can't join for some reason, and
But there's actually a ghost
there's
fourth.
a ghost fourth, and you have to have someone kick the ghost off. And
So that's another thing is I've gone to some of those oh, it's not your camp, it's the other thing that you can take.
workshops? What are they called?
Workshops, yeah. I've been to some of those, and there's still like turrets up in the sky
Yeah.
turning around, spinning around. I'm like, that's weird.
Workshops
And,
are great. So with workshops, the way that they work generally, for anyone listening who doesn't know, is that they are open PvP zones that anyone can take over. Now, if someone had a workshop and built there for a daily or to, do some of the workshop defense events and they log off, everything they built stays. So when you take it and you're like, why is there stuff here? It's because the person was there before you built. So as long as the server is up, that 24, 48 hours, however long before, you get the countdown, the server shuts down, whatever they built on that server is going to be there. So it's really kind of fun because there was a time back when a lot of daily challenges required us to do stuff at workshops where like it would be like build 10 walls or build 20, build 20 floor pieces. So you go to a workshop and it'd be like 800 floor pieces because like this person built 24
Everyone's
pieces
doing
and
that,
left.
yeah.
And someone else went and built 24 pieces and left. And it was hilarious. Like what a mess. I love it.
Yeah, I actually just did that. Something built or like plants or something. Built that, and I just took one of the shops it was pretty easy. I don't know. I thought they'd be really hard, but I've been attacked by mice or rats and
Oh, the worst.
mole rats. It's just, and I'm like, so where are the mutants and everybody coming at me?
Workshop defense events are pretty easy. And I mean, obviously it varies what comes against you. And the higher level workshops, you get higher level enemies, So if you're taking a workshop in the Cranberry Bog or the Mire, you're going to have a harder defense event than regular. But they're all scaled to earlier game, so none of them are actually hard at all. Newer events are definitely scaled up a little tougher. But that's awesome that you're 76ing, getting further in. It was really fun doing the roundtable season just over a year ago, where we all went back and played through all the DLC we hadn't yet, because the guys hadn't done Steel Dawn, Steel Rain all the way through, and we hadn't done Skyline Valley, and so it was just good to go and do all that again.
Did you play the main quest all the way through yet, or anything, or you just sort of running around?
I think I've gone through the whole thing. With the now my brain's taking a dump. Your oh geez.
So you
The
wrapped
leader of the
Wastelanders.
yeah,
I know you did
wrapped up
that. And you did the
And
gold and all
yeah.
that. And
Yeah.
the main quest is the one where you get to the point where you launch a nuke against the Scorch Beast Queen.
Yeah, did that.
Okay, then yep. you
That was
finished both.
fun, but I did that by myself. That was interesting. Um, who's the leader of a vault? What's that title?
The Overseer.
Overseer. So I did her thing. And then I finally got back to talking to the Mr. Handy in her house for a picture. I was like, "Oh, there's pictures. We're supposed to take pictures for him. Oh, I guess I better go do
that's
that."
a
then.
daily thing you do for reputation with the
Yeah, there's
Wastelanders DLC.
No need to necessarily do it, but just a number of little daily tasks you can do. And so Davenport has one. A couple you get up in Crater, a couple you get, down in from Ward, down in Foundation. So.
But if
Is
you
it
ever
bad
do
that I keep
decide,
shooting the
no, shooting who? Who you shooting?
the Raiders? They're supposed to be friendly too.
No, you can pick sides if you want. It's eventually you can get both, but who cares? So yeah,
I'm just a goody two shoes. So
go with the Settlers or Foundation or whatever they're called. Yeah, all right. So thank you, John. We'll cycle back through and check in with you again when we get around to our roundtable stuff here. But why don't we mosey on over and check in with Ray? He was out sick last week, had a couple weeks to play just tons and tons and tons of video games. And what was it? It wasn't...
It was a hantavirus. Remember, he was stuck in Europe on that cruise ship?
Right. What show were you watching? You mentioned you just finished a show, too. Oh,
Bosch.
it was Bosch again. Right.
Yeah. 7 seasons of Bosch. Done and dusted.
When you're sick, that's what you got to do. You put on your favorite show, you put on your,
power
jammies, and you
through.
just watch it. Yep.
All right, so how's your video games going, Ray? Would you get a chance to play anything, or were you too conked out to?
Yeah, not too much the week I was out, but definitely got back in the swing of things this week. Chugging along through Starfield. I don't think I'll break my record. So my record is only going through the Unity once. I'm tempted to go through a second time, but at this point, I'm like, really, what's the point?
It'll be a new record. I mean, just because.
So, it would definitely count as one of my achievements. So,
one of your longest running characters if you did that.
Well, certainly not my highest level.
No, because the 230 level 232 or whatever they got to there is the highest.
Yeah, but this one's definitely
goddamn.
Up there. What's that?
I said 232. Goddamn.
Yeah, that was just a grinder.
Yeah, he was
Like
just
a
grinding.
Fallout
Most of that
76
was
character.
making stuff.
So, yeah. Upon reflection, really, I don't think you should ever go through the Unity and have the same exact universe that you just left.
Right? Yes, absolutely. It should always be at
Because
least a little different.
What do you
it should
mean?
be different
Like-
because there should always be. So, you know, even if things start off the same, you know, I mean, it's natural selection. It's just like, evolution. Um, there's, there's little changes that happen along the way, you know. Um, and so it couldn't possibly end up the same. So it should be, a different collection of characters at the at Constellation, one time, you know, uh, the entire universe should be controlled by the Freestar Rangers because they won the Colony Wars, stuff like that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, some groups are bringing in mods that are going to add a little bit more variance to the universes because, as it is, the base universe is basically the same, spiced up by the fact that you're starborn, so it can change a few things. And then, of course, there's the 15% chance, which some people change to 50, that allows you to, get a wacky universe. But wacky universes, as cool as they may be, a lot of them get rid of the main story so that you can't actually, if you want to play with Constellation, you can't because so many of them affect what Constellation actually is and whether you can work with them or not.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't care so much about that as long as I still have access to the basement. So that I've got the workshop, which is really all I ever need Constellation for.
I don't like you. I just like your crafting style.
You don't love me. You just love my doggy style.
Okay.
But it's definitely it's also a struggle because it's just not as hard to go through. It's not as challenging the second time through. So even though everything's a little bit tougher, it's still one of the things that I did was because I wanted to test out the quantum entanglement. I recognized that. So my first time through the game, I was lasers because I used the resonator, the sniper rifle, and also the laser rifle from Terran Armada, which is a really good laser rifle. So the second time through, I just wanted to do shotguns. So then I said, well, I'll do particle beam. So I grabbed up a Big Bang, and because I have a crap ton of materials and all of the crafting skills, I beefed up my Big Bang. So it's just an absolute beast of a gun. And so even on extreme, it's just melting people.
That's the problem when you're good at the game and min-maxing. Even when you're not deliberately min-maxing, you know what you're doing. You know how to build things. And yeah, of course, it's going to get easier and easier the longer you play a character. That's always been your issue. And then going through the Unity, even more so, because they try to compensate a little bit by, we're jacking everybody up by 5%, so you'll do 5% less damage, you'll do 5% more every time you go through the Unity. But does that really add up to that much? No, not when you're compensating by doing 50% more damage anyway because you're good at what you do.
No.
This might be the opportunity if you wanted to load one of those extreme difficulty survival mods or ones where people totally change the enemy eye, but that's not really something you're interested in, is it? I don't think.
Yeah, I would probably just go back to Genesis.
Yeah.
Because they've had a couple of updates since I played last time. Actually, I'll probably wait until they've got a big Coruscant upgrade coming up. So the most recent one, they changed the main storyline, so that'll be interesting. So I decided instead of starting Terran Armada, because I don't want to be burdened by Delta as a follower. I decided just to go visit Anchor Point. And so I went and visited, and I'll check out the there's a few things going on. The arms dealer wants you to smuggle contraband. Okay, that's no big deal. I talked to the mechanic, and she wants you to board ships, wipe out their crew, and steal their robot parts. Like, well, that's kind of harsh.
That rude, yeah.
But then to cap it off, I bumped into a guy, the Arbiter or something like that, and he wants to hire you as a hitman, to take out people, and I'm like, oh well, let me see what it is that so sent me to a facility that was full of spacers, and I'm like, oh, this isn't too bad. And then I found out the person that he wanted me to kill was a scientist that had been captured by the spacers. And I'm like, no, she's just a normal person.
Yes, the arbitrator. Yeah, that is kind of shady work. That is kind of shady work, it sounds like, to get you as a hired gun. So basically you're saying a lot of the people in Anchor Point maybe aren't great or like aren't nice. Like they're having you do things that don't really mesh with your character.
Yeah, I mean, these are worse than the pirates at at the Key, for crying out loud.
Oh, that's funny. See, I haven't done Anchor Point quests yet, so
Yeah,
I don't know.
Don't
but
bother. It's just nasty.
I mean, I'm going to because I know that there's some interesting stuff there, and I heard that multiple quests start there with the Void Crew and such. But yeah, I mean, if it is all kind of mercenary work, that's not the kind of thing that I necessarily want to do. So
Yeah.
we'll have to see.
And then I thought, okay, I had seen that that you can pick up the Terramorph, the Terramorph action figure. Solior had talked about it on his stream, and but wait a minute, you have to rob the place in order to get it. So this character was trying to keep it on the up and up. So
that's funny. I like that they've added Anchor Point as a new location, as a habited, a location with people and a nice nexus, like a hub in the far, on the very frontier. But it sounds like it's kind of a bit of more of a lawless frontier station than I realized.
oh yeah.
Huh. Okay.
So, but we'll see. I'm not sure. I'll have to see if I get in the mood and decide to just, push through the main quest to get through the Unity again. Just so that I can say that I've done it twice on one character.
There we go. But if you do it twice, you might go 3 times or 4 times. It's a slippery slope, Ray. I don't know.
Nah, I doubt it. with as low motivation as I have to do it a second time, I can't imagine enduring it beyond that. Because with my RNG luck, I would just end up with another standard universe all over
totally
again.
Vanilla. Yeah.
And then I would definitely be miffed with that.
But speaking of slippery slopes and things you can't stop, I think you're playing other games as well.
So a couple of weeks ago, Michael messaged us and said, hey, let's go ahead and record a Skyrim show. And I'm like, oh crap, I haven't played Skyrim in a month. So I rushed in and, and opened up my character to see, try to refresh what I had been doing. And so once I got started, poking around and looking and everything after the show, I'm like, oh yeah, this was a really cool character. And so I've been playing it more and more. It's, it's also a little bit weird because I'm running the which Odyssey mod pack. And so it's got a weird leveling mod in it, called Experience. And so instead of, leveling by advancing your skills, you level by clearing dungeons, and exploring the world, discovering locations.
Oh,
And it makes it for really, really slow leveling. And so that's been a challenge.
and you can't sneak attack locations for critical,
No.
hits. No.
So, but it's still been fun. I love the character. So, it's I love a good frenzy mage.
Is that a Skyrim mod pack that you'd recommend? Because last I know, weren't you doing Nolvis or one of the really major ones?
Yeah, I did Nolvis for a long time before I left for California.
Yep.
And that one was really good, but it was super heavy duty. Essentially, I had to take it off of my main computer just to create enough room on my 2 terabyte hard drive to be able to load Genesis. These mod packs were almost a terabyte each. So I took that one off, and on my laptop I've got Septimus, which is a pretty lightweight one. This Odyssey, the graphics are just absolutely amazing on it, and the town reworks and everything look great. So definitely loving that part of it, but I'll probably come up with something else here before too much longer. I never do the same thing for very long.
Variety is the spice of life. Some people eat the same thing every week. Some people like to change it up all the time.
Yeah. And then this week we got the latest No Man's Sky update. And so that has the expedition, it's called Swarm.
Swarm? Like an insect swarm or something?
Yeah. So
Wait.
the emoji was a bee.
Okay.
And so everybody was trying to figure out what the bee meant. But so it's Swarm. And there's a really sick armor set that comes with it. New enemies, which are swarms of ships that you fight in space that are just absolutely crazy.
Hence the name. Okay.
Clusters of these swirling little drones all over. So that's been fun. We recorded a Butcher Baker Candlemaker in Space episode this morning.
Awesome.
So Andrew will be quick to point out that we'll publish that in a month.
I
Or
mean,
2, right?
it may be a little while, but we'll all be excited to hear what the crew thinks about the new expedition.
Yeah.
Yes,
So,
sir. Hey, speaking of space, real quick, let me butt in.
uh-huh.
What was that explosion yesterday or this morning?
Oh,
There's some rocket explosion. Do you hear about that, Ray?
No, I missed it.
Ray doesn't watch the news. Jess, did you hear
Yeah.
about that?
yes, definitely. No, that was awful. It was, I believe, the Blue Origin rocket, right? Is that
The
Bezos'
Amazon
company?
guy, right? Yeah, Bezos owns that one, right?
Yeah, yep. And it was a Glenn rocket, it was called, exploded. And didn't SpaceX have an issue the other day as well? So, yeah. Always scary, worrisome when that happens.
It was crazy. Ray, you should, if you haven't yet, you should look up just the visual of the explosion. Is shocking.
Yeah.
Just the amount of fuel they must have had in those rockets.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Yeah,
back to your gameplay.
I'm always a little bit leery. So I saw the the space shuttle that
Oh, Challenger.
that blew up in reentry. I just happened to be out in the backyard and saw the trail. It was pretty awful.
Oh,
Yeah,
good
thank
lord.
goodness with some of these, there usually aren't people involved. Like it's on newer rockets that they're testing, and at this point, they're very careful and they do so much around safety. And you never
Yeah.
want any of it to happen, but to have it happen with a manned station, no, I
Yeah.
remember. I mean, all of us at school that day where it was something.
Just surprised with all the like redundant safety checks they have that stuff like that can still happen. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, still, it's just such a,
Yeah,
it is a frontier.
exactly.
So, and so I finally gave in and went into the mod configuration manager for Nevada Skies and cranked up my lighting.
Really, your darker nights are not quite as dark as they used to be?
I thought you were
It
going to
just-
say you're going to make them darker.
No, I couldn't. So when I got into Dead Money, I literally could not see anything.
Oh, wow. That is
Oh.
just ridiculous. Yeah.
I could occasionally make out if there was a really bright lantern or something on one of the walls. I could see that, but I couldn't see any of the ghost people.
Any of the blindingly bright hologram people, you couldn't see them.
I couldn't
They
see
are literally made of light, and you can't
The-
see them.
the street. I couldn't see what street I was on. I couldn't tell if I was walking into a wall.
Even compensating with your Pip-Boy light now that you have the perk so that, you it doesn't affect
Yeah.
your stealth. You still probably only see just a little ways in front of you.
Well,
What's
yeah,
that?
because
What's
Nevada
Sorry.
Skies kills that too.
Oh, jeez. What were you asking, John?
so? What is that? That there's something you can take in Dead Money to give you the sight for the
I believe it's just called Ghost Sight.
ghost
You,
sight.
you make it from a cloud. You make it from being
Yeah.
a cloud in the
Yeah.
jar.
I've been using that up.
It
It's
does help.
Is that what the jarred
yeah.
residue is for?
yeah. Scrape it
Gross.
off and drink it.
Jar.
Have you not
residue.
crafted any?
What's that?
I have not crafted any. I've collected the residue, and I was like, oh, I wonder what this is for.
Yeah, you got to try it, Andrew. It's great. It gives you basically like night vision in some of the other games, but everything's like green and glowy. It's
So it's
true.
like
It's Fallout
Fallout
3. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Jinx.
I mean, kinda.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
So yeah, so I finally gave in. It's like I've got to get through these.
I
quests.
can't see.
I'm glad you did because it was already ridiculous last time when you can't even see in most bunkers that you go into.
Yeah, it was definitely getting a little on the over the top side.
But so now you can actually see silhouettes of people running around in the darkness.
Well, and I mean, I can see the ghost people. I can see the most important thing was just being able to see the street in front of me. Where am I going? Am I going anywhere, or am I just walking into a pillar?
I can't tell in this DLC. It just seems like I'm in a building. It's just like, oh, are there streets? Oh no.
Yeah. You sound like a guidance counselor. Are you going anywhere?
Are you going somewhere?
What is your goal? What is your objective? Are you really
I'm always lost.
just walking into walls? Yeah.
But yeah, so that pretty much rounded out my play week.
Alrighty, sounds good. Justin, we haven't checked in with you on your gameplay yet, have we? What'd you get into this week?
So I had a pretty solid week. Not a ton of gaming, but some. Actually, no, let's be real. My week was the pits.
Oh no.
The Clover Pit. That was the game I was playing.
Ooh.
So my
Curveball.
roguelike game saga continues. I have to admit now that I think roguelike games of chance are maybe one of my just top genres. I've been really enjoying them. So I haven't finished Vampire Crawlers entirely. I said last week I might be close to done, and I am. I played maybe an hour this week. I think I did 1 or 2 runs, but that was all I actually managed to get in this week. But Clover Pit is okay. Okay. So get this. So you guys remember Balatro, right? And Balatro, you're playing with cards, you're like poker hands, and you're trying to, build them up. And each round, things get higher. You have to make more money. It's great. Clover Pit is like Balatro if it was done by the person who made the Saw movies. So it's like, a horror where you're stuck in a room and you're, about to be dismembered in some awful way. And all you have just to keep yourself alive is a slot machine. So it's a fun game. It's funny. I tried it because, like I try many games, I wanted to get my at least 8 games from Game Pass in to get my rewards for the month. It's one of the things that prompts me to try different things, variety. But I started up, I'm like, well, I heard this was good. Let me just do a run. Very addicting. Very addicting. So the idea is you're locked in a room and you have the slot machine, and each round of 3, you have to make enough money to survive. If you don't, you're killed. Floor drops out. You fall into the pit. Okay? And then there's a lot of stuff around it, too. Like, there are all kinds of lucky charms you can do, and every lucky charm that you earn and you put on your table to help you modifies things. So maybe this lucky charm makes it so that all diamonds are, doubled regularly, or all the clovers get shiny stuff, or different configurations of points or more. But then there are some weird ones, too, that cost respins and all kinds of stuff. And when I say charms, I mean junk. Like one of the great things about the Lucky Charm system is it's literally junk in a jar. Like people have for Lucky Charms, like, oh, if I don't have my weird ass troll Cupid doll here beside me, I'm gonna win. I'm not sure why this Southern
bingo
Cupid dolls, but you know what I'm saying. Anyway, so that was fun. I played that for like 2 nights, and then Vampire Crawlers a bit. Besides that, obviously some Fallout New Vegas. I did wrap up. We had finished the story before. So on that character, I did a few things around the Mojave, and then headed right to the Dead Money, to the Sierra Madre. So we'll talk about that in a bit. Beyond that, it was a Memorial Day weekend. We had a long weekend last week, so I'm sure people did some fun stuff. One thing I did that was really fun, I took like a 15-mile bike ride again. I tell you, getting a bike couple months ago was one of the best things I've done, because it's freedom, getting out, riding around. It's like how you enjoy just taking a cruise for no reason on a Sunday in a car, and which I've always been wanting to enjoy that. You do the lazy cruise, but on a bike you can absolutely do that every time. So I found a new trail up by one of the rivers near me, and I rode a good bit on that. It actually connects to the Erie Lake Trail. So I did that. And yeah, just really good ride. Loved it. But I'm burying the lead because something big happened this week. Big. An explosion of flavor.
Uh-oh.
You know it. You know what happened.
What's that, Dr.
gum.
Pepper?
Just drank half a bottle of.
That's that Dr. Pepper. You got it. Thanks to Angel and Bob. Shout out to Angel and Bob. Angel had found some at her Walmart.
Heroes.
I don't have a Walmart near me. Like, I know what you live in a part of America without a Walmart. It's near me, but not near me. To where, and they're not on like Instacart and stuff like that. So it's not a location I had checked. And yes, obviously, let that be a lesson to you. If you want some junk food, if you want some novelty junk food groceries, maybe check out your Walmart. For the, in this case, it was a hashtag positive. So I managed to get myself not just the Dr. Pepper brats, not just that, but Dr. Pepper sausages too.
Sausages.
What's that? That Dr. Pepper?
Dr. Pepper.
That's that Dr. Pepper.
All right.
That it is. It was so good. Okay, you have questions, Andrew?
How's preparation? I saw that you also had some pep in liquid form. Did you do anything like typical brat preparation? It'll be like poke holes in it, boil it in beer for a little while before grilling or something like that. Did you do any extra pep enhancement with the liquid pepper before?
So not yet.
Okay,
I was just too excited. So, and I got like a 5-pack of the sausages.
All right, so
already
it's
gone. And then like a
smoked
6-pack of
sausage and bratwurst. You said, right? There were two different kinds.
and the brats. Yeah, so that's the one we knew about. We knew about the Dr. Pepper pre-cooked brats, which
Yeah.
are just, because they're good. I like the jalapeno cheddar. I like some of those things. And Dr. Pepper, we were excited. But the sausages, I didn't even know they were a thing. I hadn't seen them advertised or talked about anywhere. So anyway, this was just yesterday. Okay, so I'm still riding high. And did I have a little bit of a tummy ache today? Maybe.
Yeah, after eating 5 sausages, that'll knock you on your ass.
Okay. Yeah, they were pretty thick, but it was good. So yeah, I got them and I couldn't resist. I had some yesterday, I had some today, and of course I got the you mentioned liquid too. Yeah, I'm still trying to find all the different flavors of the new Mountain Dews, the Dirty Dews, and the Dr. Pepper and all that. And so I got the strawberry and cream Dr. Pepper today, which I hadn't found before. So there we go. Yes, what do you think of the Dirty Dew? Because Dirty Dew is interesting.
Have you had one?
Yeah.
Have you chased it?
Yeah.
I found it oddly, like confusingly, like pretty tasty. Like it's not something I will get time and time again, but it could be an occasional purchase. Usually when Mountain Dew does things and they label the flavor on the title of the new flavor, it doesn't taste anything like that to me. But I took a sip of this and I was like, oh my God, that actually does taste like cream soda.
You got what I was talking about with kind of a little bit more almost like a French vanilla ice cream. Almost like that kind of vanilla. So in the list of, if we're ranking the Snoties right now, I would say I think Dr. Pepper and cream is above Dirty Dew with cream. And then the Pepsi Wild Cherry and cream would be number 3.
Does the Dr. Pepper with cream have the Coke? Is it coconut cream or is it just...
So there is a coconut Dr. Pepper too, which I still haven't found in diet, but I've heard it exists.
Bob posted one, right? Yeah,
continues. Yeah,
I tried that. It's not tasty.
It's not that tasty.
Bob liked it.
I didn't think so.
To each their own. Like people might not like the strawberry as much as I did. I really enjoyed.
I love the strawberry. It's that coconut and cream that was just like.
Yeah. But there's a good variety. So I got a couple of those. But long story short, with the brats, I had a few too many. I ate all the sausages and then I ate half the brat. So I have had 8 sausages in the last 30 hours.
That's awesome.
But bad. So here's the thing. Are they good? No.
No, they're not. Was anyone expecting them to be quality? Or are they at least fun? If that makes sense.
They are fun, and they're not bad. Here, okay. So I'm a little. Here's the thing. I'm on cloud 9 because my quest was completed. I'm very excited. As a Dr. Pepper Mountain Dew fan, this is all very important to me, and a lot of listeners are too. I know you are. You guys are gamers. You like your Snoties. You know what's up. But so quest achieved. The sausages, which I didn't know existed, they are more like breakfast sausages than I expected. So, you're thinking Dr. Pepper sausages are going to be kind of dark and smoky and got pepper spices and stuff. And they got that, but it almost is like Dr. Pepper French toast, which now that I said that, I think I kind of want Dr. Pepper French toast.
Yeah, I'd eat that.
But it's it's a lighter Dr. Pepper flavor, and it's more floral, and it's also like it has a bit of a maple syrup vibe to it. So the sausages, if you get them, are more like breakfast sausages, and that threw me off.
Interesting.
Now the brats, though. The brats are good, and the brats do taste like I expected. Although, again, they're still lighter flavor, but they're really good. I found Cholula is good with them. Obviously, your classic mustard, and, usually I'm trying what condiments. What pairs well with your classy Dr. Pepper sausages? You know what I'm saying? But
you need to make a Dr. Pepper reduction.
And that's what I'm going to do. So to answer what Andrew was saying originally, yes. So for the rest of the brats, I will probably do something real like that. But this was just like, I had them in my fridge and they were burning a hole in my fridge. Being like, eat me, Jess.
Now they're burning a hole in your stomach.
Oh, I had such a tummy ache this morning. And it's funny because, I eat pretty well these days. And
you're not used to it anymore.
That bad. But they're just so, they're so, they're sausages, so they're fatty.
Yeah, you need that lead belly perk.
A lot at once. Yeah. It wasn't bad, but it was worth it. Anyway, long story short, worth it for Fallout food, I will say. So again,
Great.
thanks to people who helped me accomplish my quest. The quest for some of these rare flavors continues, but that part is done.
It's kind of weird. It throws me off that they're breakfast because it says like smoked sausage on it, which I would think of as like more of the savory. Like because one of my favorite dishes is the green beans and onions and smoked sausage, like all fried up together. I don't know if that's a common thing or if that's just my mom who did that, but like it was one of my favorite things she would fry up. Was
It's a good one. Yeah.
smoked sausage,
I
green
love like
beans,
a
and
good
onions.
kielbasa.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, a lot of us were raised with that kind of food. So yeah, doing stuff up that way. I definitely want to try how it tastes. in
Middle
different
European
recipes.
food, lots of cabbage and onions and
Yeah, I mean scattered nachos with, Dr. Pepper sausages and banana peppers, Nanarama. That would be so good.
Ooh.
Yeah, I have some ideas.
I sat down and ate half a jar of banana peppers the other day. My wife was like, "What are you doing?"
While we're on a Fallout food topic, get ready for my next adventure you guys will hear about in a week or two. A girl ordered herself a Ninja Creamy. So I'm going to be making this homemade Ninja Creamy ice cream.
That's an ice cream maker? I haven't heard of that.
Yeah, it's funky.
Oh,
Do you have one, John?
no, but I've seen him and we've been like going back and forth whether we want to get one or not. So you
Ninja,
have to
they
let
like
us know
make
how it
vacuums
works.
or something, don't they? Or blenders? What do they make?
So Ninja, yeah, they make a number of things. They've become one of the number one household kitchen gadgets you probably don't need. Like they're aspirational. They're not quite professional, but they're better than average. But also, does anyone have room on their counters for all of these? Hell no. I mean, as a real cook, like Ray can say, you probably don't need all these tools and devices,
No, but you have to have them though.
Well, I only need a few. But yeah, so what the Ninja Creamy is, it's a little bit different because I've had, ice cream makers before, and that's great. Ice cream's one of my favorite things. We know that. Andrea loves ice cream too.
Yeah,
ice cream is delicious. It's also caloric and not the best for you. So I wanted to be like, how can I do like protein ice cream recipes? And I've tried things like using cottage cheese, various things to make ice cream, but I'm like, I want to do this better. So Ninja Creamy is a little bit different than a regular ice cream maker. You freeze stuff first, then you blend it, but it can do all kinds of things and make sorbet and stuff that you wouldn't normally make. So yeah, I'm going to be trying a bunch of new recipes. I've got some xanthan gum coming. I've got various puddings set up and all kinds of like mix-ins that I'm planning on. And
That's awesome.
so I'm going to be, me. I love to experiment. So,
Yeah, that sounds great.
but I don't want to talk about that non-gameplay stuff too much. But that is the one you're going to be hearing about the next couple of weeks, y'all. Get ready.
I'm into homemade ice cream. That was one of my science fair projects when I was a little kid. You guys have science fair? Where you grew up, you have science fair, Jess?
Absolutely.
Science
Yeah,
fair,
we
yeah.
did science fairs or Olympics of the Mind
They don't
type
do
stuff.
that shit
Good
anymore.
times.
They don't do science fair.
I think some schools and areas do, but it may be more of a STEM thing. Like if you're going to a school that does a lot of STEM or like a specific, vocational school, they might more. I don't know.
It was just, I remember it being a nationwide thing to the point where like sitcoms would have science fair, kids doing science fair in episodes and stuff, and it just doesn't seem as common anymore.
Yeah, shows still did even semi
Do they?
recently.
Okay.
But,
All right.
but I don't know about in real life. Like just because show writers are doing it, a lot of them
Yeah,
are
because they grew
30s,
up with
40s
it,
older,
yeah. Right. Budget cuts, whatever. I don't know. Right. So video games. Did you have any other gaming stuff or sausage adventures you tell us about, Jess?
Just the classics. Just the classic games so far.
So with all the Dr. Pepper infused things, it kind of reminds me, like a couple years ago, it was really big to see like Sprite or Orange Crush or Grape Crush, like cakes and muffins and stuff like that. I was thinking, why do they do it with the dark sodas too? I would love a Dr. Pepper cupcake or something. That'd be really good.
Absolutely. I actually, speaking of funky things and ninjas, I've been enjoying making smoothies with soda too as a base sometimes.
Ooh.
Like, everybody's out there that's doing these healthy smoothies. Like, okay, I get it. That's great. But what if I were to mix, some slightly flat Dr. Pepper again, with vanilla protein powder and a little bit of fiber. And,
There you go.
Yeah, good stuff. A little bit of vanilla yogurt. It makes it like a float. It's delicious.
Super good. Alrighty, any other gameplay there? It looks like my gameplay would. So I've been playing Lucky Build and Fallout 4 is what I've been concentrating on non-roundtable stuff this week. And I have to imagine an all luck build might be kind of shitty early on in the game. Just because, I don't know, you might not have as many points invested into, helpful stats like agility or strength or perception, any other sort of attack helping stats, specials, have you. So luck might stink early on in the game, but with this level 120 whatever character I'm playing right now, I sort of midstream whatever the character was doing whenever we played this 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I don't remember when I last played this character, but I reloaded it and just sort of I had 40 unused perks, so I just sort of remapped the character and sunk everything into luck. And it is just, I've never done a luck-heavy character before in Fallout 4, but it is pretty amazing. I didn't really know what it would do. I've described with the, Ray helped me list all the perks, but I don't know, there's Ninja and Grim Reaper Sprint and all those. You stack all these things together, and, Gun Fu also, and, the VATS just becomes this huge thing. That is cool, but what I'm noticing this week more is another perk about the whole luck build that I would have never really noticed before, is just the sheer amount of legendaries I'm picking up. It is insane. There is always one, if not two, legendary people in every mob of things that attacks me. It is crazy the amount of legendary items.
Given the amount that we've played, I didn't think luck increased the number of legendaries that spawn.
It has to. It has to, because I am just...
Well, a lot of that, too, is your level.
Level 120. Again, I've never played... This is by far the highest level character I've ever played. I usually get to level 40 and stop. So this is 3 times the level I usually am, too. But it's just I'm doing the luck thing. I maxed out all the luck with the perk points, and I got all the perks and everything. But I also went into my inventory, and me, Mr. Pack Rat, I kept every single legendary that I had previous, those 111 levels that I had earned when we did the roundtable a couple years ago. So I go back through all of that, and then look at the inventory. All the settlers are wearing some armor and such like that. So I collect all the legendary stuff back together, and then sort of redistribute everything. And I have, oh my gosh, I have a luck piece of armor for every body slot. That's pretty amazing. So I have all the luck slots. I'm filled up. My luck is in the 30s or something crazy like that.
This is insane.
It is really, really high. And almost every time is 2 legendaries. I've even seen 3 legendary disciples. I'm over in Nuka World right now, and when legendary or pack or disciples or packs or operators attack me, it's crazy how many, and they send waves and waves after you all the time. I just turn around and there's more guys here to battle. That might be some mod I have loaded too, though. I don't know. I've got a bunch of that was a whole adventure. Have you loaded up Fallout 4, Jess, since the whole new transition and everything? Good Lord. That was sort of a mess of a nightmare to get all my mods and everything loaded.
The update came out. Yep, we've been talking about it. It happened this
It was
week.
annoying. Anyway, so luck is nothing I'd ever really leaned into before. I'd always enjoyed the VAT stuff, but I never leaned into it and concentrated on stacking luck. But
right, you love the art for the perk.
It is.
We talked about that before.
It's insane. Oh yeah, the kitty cat, just the best.
The kitty.
Yeah, just the sheer amount of legendaries I'm noticing this week. So luck might be more of a helpful stat than I gave it credit to before. I always sort of considered it sort of like a charisma kind of throwaway thing, important too, but it's heavy. It's good.
Yeah, if you're deep into that, so typically a good luck build also is high in agility, so that you're you're loaded up,
shots,
and I mean you're popping crits left and right.
Yeah. And it's either your AP is refilling each shot or your crit meter is refilling each shot or both,
Yeah.
So, you bank them really quickly too. So, yeah, crit
Yeah.
banker and all those.
Yeah, it's definitely a fun way to play.
So, would it be more valuable than to take the 10% VATS armor boosted perks than the luck?
Well,
Help
you're
with your
using
AP to
pistols,
keep you?
right?
Yeah, yes. I've got an energy pistol and let's see, it's like a plasma pistol. And I wanted to ask you guys about that too. You mentioned your Fury Wizard or whatever, Ray. What's it called in Fallout? Like the effect where it's supposed to make them, is it Frenzy?
Frenzy.
Is it
Yeah,
called Frenzy? It's this pistol has Frenzy on it, but like what's supposed to happen? They're supposed to attack the guy sitting next to them? Like I can't get them to do it.
Yeah, it's not the same. It's not as reliable, and it's not a useful thing to have on your gun.
Because like in Skyrim, you can pretty much just walk up to the guy if you got high sneak and like tap him on the shoulder to make it look like his friend next to him, tap him on the shoulder, and he'll just turn and kill the guy. It's just like it's remarkable, and I was expecting it to work like that.
Yeah,
and also if your skill gets high enough, I have found out, and your VATS damage and all that gets high enough, it just kills them. So
you're just killing them. Exactly.
They don't have a chance to attack anybody else.
On top of that, if you've got Ricochet maxed out too, like half of the bullets they're shooting at you are bouncing back at your enemies and hurting them. You don't even have to shoot.
Yeah. Anyway, let's see. Let me check the notes here. What else did I jot anything down? Oh, the Hubologist. I mentioned I'm over there in Nuka World. I mentioned those space suits, right, last week, and then the Peanut Gallery was nice enough to say, hey, that's a Hubologist thing. So I ran over there and decided to give them back their space suits, and I got them a few fusion cores, and I don't remember what else. But like,
did you take them on a walk to the park?
To the park? No, I didn't. What do you do
to the
with
old
the park?
junkyard?
To the junkyard and fix their UFO, their Gravitron, and they had a good spin in it and everything, and it didn't take off. It didn't fly away or anything.
Did everything go okay? Did they?
No, it's fine. Are they supposed to?
Too many?
Because it can spin and kill them, right?
Right.
Yeah, I forgot about that part. No, I didn't. No, I didn't kill him. Yeah, I forgot about that part. Oh, that's fun. And I need to find. I remember there's some sort of like mansion with a ghost girl over there somewhere on that side of the map, isn't there? The
Winchester Mystery Mansion.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was wandering all over the place over there and still didn't find that. I went over. I powered up the park. I hadn't done that yet.
Sorry, in Fallout it's the Grandchester. I said Winchester. That's the real one. It's the Grandchester.
Grandchester. Okay.
Yeah.
I said Westchester.
That's on the east side, isn't it? The Hubologist are on the west side.
Oh, that's on the east side?
Grandchester? No, I think Grandchester is still
I thought it was
southwest.
over by the junkyard and stuff.
Yeah, it's further south, but it is similar area.
I have no idea.
East side, the only stuff east side is that old town, where you can find one of the ghouls.
Bradburton.
Yeah. Isn't that where the Shovel Museum is?
The Shovel Museum. Yeah,
I was there earlier today. I gave John a salute in game. I was like, hey, here you go, shoveler. I'm at your museum. Do you know that there was a regiment in the Revolutionary War who was really good at deflecting bullets with their shovels and redirecting them? That's what one of the plaques says. They have neat plaques in there talking about all the roles shovels.
Going full of Wonder Woman with their shovels.
It's pretty cool. So I got power to the park, so I got the red rocket thing. I still think it's really unfortunate that you can only get a settlement there once you have pretty much finished everything.
Yeah, that is unfortunate.
Huh? Why? That's weird. But powered up the park. Found a couple of more not fusion cores, star cores. Is that what they're called?
Ooh,
And
yes.
went to the master thing, and I thought that I had enough to go up and power everything up and go get the last like power armor or whatever. And I still don't have enough. There's still like 3 out there in the park somewhere I need to go find. They're outside of the Nuka Galaxy. Or
The
whatever
hunt
it's
for
called.
star cores. Yeah,
Yeah.
Dan. Yeah, we've all been on there many times. Gotten better at finding them, but don't forget, there's some up top too.
Yeah. There's yeah.
Did you visit the arcade? The bottom of the arcade, there should be one, I think.
Oh, I tried to do the explosive weapon. I have mods loaded, so I can't actually get the ticket achievement. But I've always heard about the explosive weapon exploit at the Nuka-cade thing to get your extra tickets. And I don't know if I was doing it right or whatever. I didn't seem to be getting a huge amount of tickets anyway. But I also read about a basketball one. Have you guys read about the basketball one?
Well, I mean, we've all tried to do it, right? That's the one that a lot of us haven't completed. A few people have. I've never gotten that achievement because you just got to stand there, hold the ball, and
and just duck
and crouch, duck.
I'm surprised they let you.
Hours.
Yeah, they just let you jump over the railing. No,
I
no,
get tired
no
and got to
fouls.
yell goose every once in a while and stop ducking. So
Yeah, so that doesn't seem like a fun day either. But keep in mind, I have sat in bushes for hours and hours and hours. Nuclear winter is
nuclear winter.
yes. All right.
Makes you think of
Hubologist.
Pat floating
Red Rocket.
in the pond.
Oh, yep. Treading water with Pat in the bottom of a lake up near Grafton. That's pretty much my gameplay there. So let's roll into it here, and we'll push game time to after some roundtable stuff. Let's get into some roundtable. Do I have that? Oh my God, do I not have the roundtable stuff? I don't. Good Lord. All right, well, let's get into some roundtable stuff.
Let's get it. We're going roundtable stuff first. Okay, let's go. Let's go.
Let's do it. All right, so we're running Dead Money this week. We finished the game last week, right? We did our big dam battle. But if you reload your game, you can still play, but you have to revert back a save or 2, and then you can play your Dead Money DLC. We have broken up Dead Money into 2 different segments, so you don't have to complete the whole thing this first time. We went ahead and gathered our new set of friends, and that's where after I stopped. I don't know how far you guys all went, but
we didn't specify. As always with the 2 weeks on some of these, sometimes it's good to get in there and just kind of talk about the flavor, like we did with Old World Blues and how we got started. But when we were discussing how we'd break it up for ourselves, we said gather 2 or 3 of the companions, get ready, like finish the front villa section, some of the villa section, because then you're going to go into Puesta del Sol and then into the casino itself. And so we'll cover that more next week.
Yeah, I definitely don't feel that this is halfway. You know what I mean? I feel like this is barely scraping the first, quarter of the quest. Or maybe I'm overestimating. I don't know.
Yeah, it's about a third. So getting the 3 people together is the first third. Getting them to their locations to launch the gala is the middle third, and then the casino heist.
Righty-o. So how did we get involved here? Why do I have a beeping collar on my neck? What
So
happened?
we hear a radio broadcast, right?
Yeah, and my character, having exhausted all options for playing games of chance, kicked out of all the casinos.
Oh no.
The lure of another casino to be able to clean out was too much to resist. So
Wait a second. Did the other casino owners like send out an APB about like, do not let this man into your casino. Do not serve this man. He will abuse your casino.
Yeah, clearly not, because as soon as I got close to the radio, I was overcome.
Knock the fuck out.
Yeah,
that's exactly what happens. I have to say, so I loaded in. Obviously, there's a default system save when you're going to launch the final battle. You mentioned back a save or two. I actually went back two. My plan with my character is to redo the ending for the NCR again on this character. So I thought, I'm going to go back because I liked the ending I got, mostly good. With the Yes Man, it was great to actually see that and get all the slides we talked about last week. But I want to finish for the NCR. I felt a little bad at the end, and I still could. So although doing that means I got to report to Colonel Moore. And she wants me to now deal with the Brotherhood because I hadn't done that for them yet. So I got to go back again. But luckily, I made nice with the Brotherhood already. Well, I say luckily. Actually, if I had already gotten rid of them, I could have just told her I did. But so I'm back on that character. So traveling to the location and getting to the bunker, Ray, it occurred to me when you get there, like what a weird little sewer grate kind of bunker entrance that is, right? Like not ostentatious, not anything. It's a bunker. It's like an air vent, but it looks like a sewer. And I'm like, this must feel really good to Andrew. Like, I'm going to go down to the sewer that is the BOS.
Yes. I thought I was going to find Splinter and some turtles down there.
Oh, bring a pizza. That's awesome. But yeah, it struck me that it was kind of funny the way that it was set up there, like a bit of a sewer grate. So I popped in and, you try to explore the bunker. There's not much to it. There's just a couple of rooms. And at this point, you don't really necessarily know it's connected to Elijah, especially with the way it, originally came out. Obviously, we do now. But there's a lot of things you can't interact with. For instance, there is a Sierra Madre kiosk, but you can't get anything from it because you don't even know what that is yet necessarily, because it asks for chips. What are chips? You don't know. You go to get into a terminal, it says locked. You can interact with a few things like it's all locked, but it's there for flavor for the Brotherhood. But yeah, so I had the same thing happen. I had Edie with me, I had Arcade with me, and we wandered up towards that pedestal to see what the light was, and before I could get there, bam, gas.
So this is like the abandoned BOS bunker, kind of over on the east side of the map near the river where you take up to go to the Legion. Did the same fate befall all the Brotherhood people who were supposedly in there before us? This is an official Brotherhood bunker, correct?
Well, that's the thing, we didn't know. And what it actually is, there may have occasionally been a few Brotherhood there, but really Father Elijah, who was Elder Elijah previously,
right?
This guy here was the elder of this Brotherhood chapter until he left. And
that was who McNamara and people were like telling us about, right?
Exactly. Okay. And Elijah left, and they didn't know exactly what he was on some kind of mission. So we learned through these various DLCs that he's done a few things on the way, but this is where he is now. Ultimately, his goal, getting into the Sierra Madre and getting that tech, and he's become obsessed like the game thinks a lot of people will be. So in this bunker, while there may have been a couple of Brotherhood with him at some point, it's really just Elijah, and he's been there for a while, and he has lured others here. As we learn, because after we get gassed and knocked out, we hopefully our game doesn't crash, and we load into a villa.
Get off the PlayStation 3, everybody. Hurry up.
Or just know what you're getting into. But yeah, so we wake up, and we are without our stuff. And there's a face talking to us on a big old hologram, and that's Father Elijah, which... Does he identify himself here? I think he calls himself Elijah, but he doesn't call himself Father Elijah at this point. Does he?
No, the screen tells you right at the very top. It says Father Elijah.
That's how we know. Okay, yeah, because
so
I don't know if he ever
look
says
up
his
and we
name.
can read it. Yeah.
There's a name tag on the hologram.
Yeah. How do you know my name? He's wearing a name tag. That would be great. No, but I didn't think he actually said it himself out loud. But yeah, there's a big old speechifying here. Is it a Ulysses-sized speechifying? No, not at all. But there is between the slides to get in there with the background on, the Sierra Madre and how it was started, and talking to Elijah. There's a lot of questions you can ask him. There's a lot that you should know, so it is good to kind of go through and ask him all the questions and exhaust some of those to, find out why you're there, what he expects from you, what he's doing.
What are the highlights of that?
He has been luring people for a while, taking advantage of them and putting these kind of collars on them to try to get them to help him with whatever he's doing. Some have failed, some have rebelled, some work for him. You don't know at this point about Dog God, but he mentions that he has, one person that's more compliant, but that people are there to get into the casino.
To get has he told us what it is? It's just some mysterious treasure at this point, right?
See, and that's just it, right? It's kind of, at this point, it's a little bit mysterious, although you start to learn. But other highlight that he talks about is how the lure of the Sierra Madre has been great. And there have been many treasure hunters over the years. And, there's some that are dead and some that have changed. And this is, you're going to end up meeting, obviously, our enemies throughout this, the ghosts and the holograms. Now, the holograms were installed by Sinclair, Frederick Sinclair, which, by the way, this is the Sinclair that was on the Fallout TV show at that meeting there. And he was representing Big MT at the TV show. But that Frederick Sinclair is actually he's the owner of the Sierra Madre. So, but those are really the highlights that many people have come. Most have died. Some have stayed. And there's weird stuff going on. He doesn't get into it entirely. But, little by little, you learn about the mist and you learn about the holograms, that most are harmless, but the security holograms are dangerous, stuff like that.
I don't remember the exact reference, but I do remember one of the terminal entries was talking about, that scientist over there at Big MT and his research. So, they're definitely weaving the story. But this was the first one, right? This is the first DLC.
This was the first one.
So,
yep.
Okay, that's interesting then.
Yeah, they wrote them all as a story. They interconnected them, but this was the first.
Neat, cool. All right, so we're in the area now. He's sucked us in. We know that we need to break into get some sort of treasure. We also know that we need to recruit help because we can't do it by ourselves. Has he revealed that yet? Yeah.
No. This is where he tells you that there are 3 others here that you should recruit. That you can't. What he has learned. One thing that he has learned is that you cannot do it alone. And I think he's talking about himself the way he says that. But I think he's also talking about anyone he's tried to force to do it alone. And these are people that he's managed to capture and get collars on who could help you, but on their own, independently, they're either resisting him or hiding, and he wants you to bring them all together. And to that effect, he's actually linked your collars so that if you die, they die. If they die, you die. So you're going to have to work together.
Yes.
So it's Ocean's 11, but sucky. And only 4. It's Ocean's 4. So going on in, let's see. Anything you guys want to talk about the slideshow or anything else about the location?
It's interesting that they use the go to black screen, white circle title card again and again.
That is how they start all these, pretty much, isn't it?
I just noticed. I was like, huh, okay. But anyway, I was like, it's kind of like that James Bond down the barrel circle type thing.
Yeah. All I know is if I have to hear it one more time, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Yeah, you can only watch the slides so many times. All of these DLCs, you've had to hear the slideshow at least twice, if not more. I had that with Old World Blues, so I completely feel you. But it's a good setup, the history of Sinclair and the Sierra Madre. And there are going to be some great characters here that we meet. The whole thing. So let's talk about the vibe right now. When you load in and you're talking to Elijah, you're like, okay, it's red. It kind of reminds me of Skyline Valley in 76, to be honest, as far as the coloration and everything. But
it's really dark.
Right. It get really, really dark for some of us.
Yeah, we have to go into our settings.
But you can't, but you don't really understand until you stop talking to him. And, you've got your mission that you need to find these 3 other prisoners, and also all your stuff was sent back. So you don't have any of your gear, which is a pain in the ass. And one of the reasons why this is kind of a hard DLC, not only the, horror vibe and the fact that creatures are kind of tough, although not so much at higher levels like we are. But they're kind of tough, but you also don't have any of your stuff. What the vibe of the place is it becomes kind of survival horror, where you're having to stealth a lot, where things can attack you a lot, and you don't have a whole lot of defense because you've got no armor at the moment. But also, I would say the sound design, and I have to wonder if you're playing this with the things on or sound off, Andrew, or Ray or John, but especially Andrew since he often does. The sound makes it so much more spooky for me.
Yeah.
I have it on, but not like I also use, but I haven't done like the headphones thing. No, that can really change your experience. You get immersive with his headphones and crank up the volume and stuff, especially with the jump scare type, horror genre. You play Resident Evil 2 with the lights out and the headphones on, and you're gonna get spooked.
Makes it so
plus, you need to
tense.
be able to hear the beeps.
Does your
Yeah.
keyboard and mouse have the vibrate function? No.
No.
His mouse doesn't vibrate. What do can you imagine? Can you imagine? Yeah, so with controllers, you can have it so that not only
Yeah.
does beeping happen, but your controller starts to vibrate.
Yeah, and
when
it starts getting
you get
faster,
close to
faster,
it,
faster,
yes.
faster. Yeah,
But
so
yeah, that's the last thing about these bomb collars is that the radios and old broadcast equipment interfere with them, and they lose the signal. And if they lose signal and he can't track you or trace you, they're set to automatically explode, which is messy.
and there's the poison fog every
Oh,
other
gosh.
room. So it's like the poison fog is every other room, and the security cameras / radio transponder things are every other room. So, each of them are not every room, but since each of them are every other room, and there's two of them, you're stumbling into each of the different.
Stuff a lot.
Oh,
Yes.
God.
Between
Every
that
goddamn
or
room.
enemies. I mean, I wouldn't say it's every other, even close. But
If,
yeah,
if
they
you're
use it to kind
indoors,
of channel you.
if you're
They
running
use it
around
to channel
outside,
you.
yeah.
Yeah, they kind of set up a path with it, and as you get
Absolutely.
through and you take out the radios, because you have to shoot them to take them out, you can make further and they're not going to come back. But it is interesting. So yeah, we're trying to find, we've got the three people we have to find. We have to find Dog, Christine, and Dean Domino are the quests that pop up. Caller 8, 12, and 14, which again, callers have numbers. That's how you kind of know, okay, we don't know what caller number we are. We're Courier 6, but we're not Caller 6, that's for sure. So he's had at least, 15 people that he's put collars on and try to do stuff with. But you're going
Yeah.
through. So initially, there aren't that many enemies while you're first wandering. It's letting you slowly become acquainted with it. Like you're scared
Yeah.
as hell, and you're moving slow, picking up a lot of poker chips, but it's mostly atmosphere. There aren't that many enemies. I actually made the mistake of, so on my way to, he suggests you go to find Dog first, which makes sense because you're going to find some equipment there. It's an old police station. You're going to, find a few things, and it'll give you a chance to be acquainted without fighting that much. But I decided to go up to the clinic first initially, and that wasn't good. I died a bit, but I did take out my first ghost. Trying to remember, what are they called? Ghost survivors? Ghost scavenger?
They kind of look like they would be the predecessor to mole miners from 76 almost. They've got like those big wide-eyed goggles, some sort of like breathing apparatus on them, and I don't know, they just sort of have the cool
It's
gas mask
somewhere between
vibe.
that and like Bioshock. Yeah, well, because of all the gas and stuff, they have to keep covered,
Right.
and they have to have the the rebreather on.
Yeah. And they
Which doesn't
also,
help.
they don't die right away.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I noticed that
You have
too.
to
They
chop
like
'em
take
up.
a knee, and then Dog God will munch on them if you.
Well, that's part of what makes them tough. Okay, so when you first fighting them, if you're just fighting them normally with like a melee weapon, because a cosmic knife is probably what you're going to find first, and he gives you a hollow rifle. But yeah, you take them out, they'll just be unconscious, and then count to 10, left, count to 5, and they start popping back up. You can absolutely take them out. You just got to get vicious on them after you put them down. You got to just whack them a lot. Once you can actually search the body, they're dead. But until you can search the body, they're not dead.
What is with that rifle that they start you with?
So it's a hollow rifle because there weren't weapons here that he had access to. Elijah actually created that, and it uses microfusion cells. But he says it's basically weaponizing the holographic technology around the villa because there's a lot of holographic technology here. And keep in mind he is a Brotherhood genius. You know what I mean? As the elder, and he came up through the scribe track kind of. So he's he can do that sort of
So
stuff.
these are more to shoot the radio transponder things, not the bad guys, right?
No,
That's the
it's for
purpose?
both,
Oh,
but of
is it?
course
Okay.
you can do better. If you have high energy weapons, it's not a bad weapon. But
Okay.
if you don't have high energy weapons, it's not great.
Do not.
There's
Remind me, is this game broken down by ballistics and energy or pistols and
ballistics,
rifles?
energy, melee, unarmed.
So you could be good at ballistic pistols and energy pistols by doing guns, right?
Yes, exactly. Well, no.
Is
Energy is separate.
Yeah. Yeah. Energy's separate.
Is it? Okay.
Ballistic, energy,
And
melee, unarmed.
And 4, is that different? Can't your small guns? I don't remember what it's called in 4.
Yeah.
Doesn't that
Small guns,
affect
big guns.
both energy and ballistic? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Does it
So
change something?
because it's different because in 4 you're taking, either, commando if you want to do automatic weapons, rifleman if you want to use rifles.
Right. Pistolero if you want to do pistols. No.
So this is either energy weapons, explosives, ballistic weapons, which is your guns. Guns, covers pistols, shotguns, rifles, that are automatic or non-automatic.
So it's not a single-handed versus two-handed thing. Shotguns are also considered, for lack of a better word, small gun.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But so we start with nothing. And like I said, first thing we get is probably cosmic knife. You can get a couple things, and you get the hollow rifle.
Some spears,
And
such.
as you go through, there's plenty of old stuff there. So you're going to end up, especially if you go towards the police station first, you're going to find some decent weapons. I took some screenshots of what I've got at the point where I had made it to, I'd explored as much as I could without going to the bad areas, picked up Dog God, which we'll talk about in a minute. And I have like 5 police pistols, 4 knife spears, a bunch of throwing knife spears. I have, I have 2 bear trap fists,
Those
3
are
cosmic
fun.
knives, a hollow rifle, a caravan shotgun, and I think that's about it. And when it let me keep my laser detonator when I went through too. I kept my rebreather and I kept my laser detonator. And I've also got at this point, I've got Sierra Madre armor and a Sierra Madre helmet. So there's plenty of stuff you can get just in the first hour or two. And of course I have jury rigging. So I probably had more and I've repaired it to get that stuff. In fact, I actually found myself, it's so funny, and it just amused me that within an hour of coming to a place where they took all your equipment, I'm already getting over cucumbered. I'm like, oh, it can happen. Admittedly, I'm picking up everything I find, tin cans and coffee cups and all that.
Dog God, can you carry something for me?
Oh, don't give anything away to your followers. You won't get them. You'll get them all back at one point when they switch.
Yes, that is true. That is true. So, first place you go is the police station, and that's where he says is his more compliant or complacent servant that you're going to find. And so you load in, and Ray, do you want to talk us through the police station, maybe, and all that stuff?
Sure. Yeah. So you go in, and as soon as you walk in the door and start, you can see the cells in front of you, and a super mutant sitting inside of one of the cells. But as you start to approach, you hear the beeping.
Is he a super mutant?
Yeah.
Because his skin looks super like purple to me, which I always associated with Nightkin. Are Nightkin a different species altogether? Or are they like just super mutants that something
They're
has
a type
happened
of
to?
super mutant.
They're a
Yeah,
type
they're
of
a
super
type-
mutant? Okay.
But also a lot of the color issues that you'll have is due to the color of the sky.
The redness of the area.
Yeah.
The hue of the...
But so if you go in, there's a radio on a table in the hallway. Turn it off. There's certainly for any of the the one people that are playing on survival.
The
as long as you don't get
Matt.
creeped out cozying up next to skeletons, there's a bed in the back.
Yeah, that's
Cozy.
where I survived. So it's funny because on the way there, you think you can find a few beds, but you can't sleep in them because they have to be actually closed off from the outside completely. But you can sleep in
You
that
see
bed. In
a
that
few
cell.
beds, but it
Definitely
says
recovered
you
there.
can't sleep here.
So how about all the radios though, Ray? Because there's a lot of radios around the cell. A lot of radios you got to shoot.
Well, I only dealt with the one in the back hallway. That's it. That's the only one that I turned off.
You didn't have to. So there's one on the desk on the left. There's one under a desk right in front of Dog God. There's one slightly to the right around the corner. Like there's a
Well,
good
those are the
3
ham radios, right?
Yeah, those are. Do you not shoot those? Do you
I
just turn
did.
them off?
I didn't even bother with them.
They set off my collar. Like
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah, they're still dangerous. But
Well, so I had beeping, but I could get to the
The basement stairs before, right?
well, no, I just got to the cell.
Mhm.
And was able to interact with the super mutant.
You get into the conversation and your collar stops beeping.
Exactly. and then once the conversation ended, I just ran over to the door, and it stops.
Oh, see, so in order to even talk to them though, in the first place, you have to make your way all the way through the place and down to the basement.
Oh, so I
And get the
came,
holotape.
I came in, I did go downstairs.
Oh, did you come in the back door?
I may
I
have.
didn't even know there was a back
Okay,
door.
yeah. 'Cause if you come in the back door, you're right near the stairs, and you just go down and do that first, which would make it
Yeah.
easier to get to him without setting off the
But
radios.
yeah, most of the time I just ran through the place because there's plenty of places where you go, from one side of the room to the other and, it stops beeping.
Go to the
So
corner.
I didn't really worry about turning anything off. I just, made sure that I could get, to the other side of the room before it killed me.
Oh, here's another thing. You're playing on PC, and you have mods. Do you have the ability to sprint or walk faster?
Yes.
That would make
Uh-oh.
such a difference. If I was still on PC, I tell you, if I could sprint, I would be in such better shape. But yeah, my cute little head has been separated from my body at least 10 times in the 2 hours I've played or so far.
Yeah.
That's
I-
weak
I
sauce. I
did-
like 50.
I did it just to see what it looked like.
Oh my goodness, it's painful because sometimes it can be hard to find the radio, and yeah, no, that would make a huge difference. So now I get it. But so you go through the station, and here's a little aside, Ray. When
Also,
was-
I have all the perks that
Right.
speed you up.
Oh, see, that'll help too. I mean, I have light step, which light step is really useful in this DLC.
Yeah.
Not setting off floor traps, but
I found that useful too.
this
yeah.
station, when I was playing Fallout London, and the first station you go to in this town with the vagabonds, what's it called? Brampton? I'm suddenly forgetting. But that police station reminded me of this police station so much. For whatever reason, when I was playing it, this is the one I thought of out of all the Fallout games. Even though it's much smaller, but the whole idea of finding equipment, because you can get a lot of police pistols and good equipment here. But yeah, so you go downstairs into that area and you get a holotape, and you're hearing a voice talking to you that is not the old man when you're walking down the hallway. And he's saying, follow my voice. I knew you'd come, blah, blah, blah. And then you get there and you find this tape and he says, bring this to the cell and play it. And then I will take over. And so you're like, what the heck? Because you don't know who this is talking to you. And you don't know the super mutant is multiple personality. But then when you get there and you play the tape, he suddenly, the super mutant stands up and he's speaking with the voice that you were hearing.
Yeah, so I quickly switched him over to dog
Did you play the command tape?
because I just wanted to get out of there.
That makes sense. But yeah, that's what you kind of discover is that he's a multiple personality super mutant. That you can actually have a really long conversation with him as God, which I did, and then he was going to refuse to come with you for the most part, but you can eventually convince him to, or you can threaten him and you can play the command tape that you have, which will essentially have Dog take over if you do, and supposedly Dog is more compliant. I play with God. I actually talk him into following me with that personality, which I kind of enjoy. Which one are you playing with, Andrew?
Um,
Or is he switching?
it's switching back and forth. I don't think I am doing much of the controlling. I think he just kind of randomly flips back and forth.
Yeah, I switched him to dog because I wanted him to eat the ghost people
Right.
as we went along.
He occasionally does that, and
Yep.
for me too. Yeah.
Yep. And you actually, when you're talking to him about that, he kind of describes that dog has an insatiable appetite, which is why he swallowed his collar. Which, let me tell you, God constantly bitches about that. We joke about he is kind of the follows chalk of the DLC because you have him with you if he's following you, as opposed to you can tell him to meet you at the fountain too. But if you have him with you, he repeats the same couple lines a lot. In my case, God likes to talk about, taking that pit bull and wearing it around his neck, things like that, over and over. Are you playing, John, for you? Which one do you have? Are you using him as a companion or one of the others walking with you while you go around?
Well, I switched back and forth between all three of them, so I would just take them out to the square, but
and then you drop them off there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I used God. I didn't want to deal with dog. Just to listen to him talk in that cell was just driving me nuts. So I preferred God over dog. That just sounds weird. But yeah, it just hearing him talk about that idiot swallowing the collar and his insatiable appetite.
But so that's really the police station, and this is where you learn a bit more about the situation. You can get a terminal or two here where you kind of learn more about what the gala was happening and the police chief complaining about the person running the construction and his people and the holograms. And so there's like a kind of a three-way pull here where you have Sinclair at the top and running things, but then he had the person below him who was in charge of stuff with the holograms and construction, being at odds with some of the other people brought in here for security and other things. And so all the various rules they have about how they were setting up the automated stuff that the robots take away all of your gear when you get there and all that kind of background lore. And there's an achievement for learning, I think all 10 major points or stories about the Sierra Madre as you go through. Anyway, you finish that, and that's the first one you get, and you can move on to next, find Christine or find Dean Domino.
What are the achievements that you see clicking off as you stumble upon stuff? Like, there's find coins or chips. Yeah. There's some sort of handprint on the wall stash type thing.
Yep.
It seems
Dean Domino stashes.
Dean Domino stashes.
He gets
something else too.
You start taking his stuff.
Oh, does he really? Interesting.
Yeah.
That's
like,
funny.
Hey, that's mine.
I mean, he put them there to help people, right?
He put there to help himself.
Yeah. Well, then he shouldn't put a big glowy handprint next to it.
Exactly.
That's all I'm saying.
Maybe write it down and put it in your pocket instead of leaving a big arrow. Hey, down here.
Over here. Yeah. Although arrows help. There are a couple places where when you can't find the radio or speaker that's hurting you, where there are clues in the environment that actually tell you where they are. Like the one on the way to the clinic that it says someone wrote boom with an arrow pointing up. Because I could not find that one. I died a couple times. And then I'm like, wait, okay, boom, arrow. And so when I crossed under to look back and up exactly where the point, I was like, there it is. Yeah. That was a hard one.
Yeah, one of them, there was a graffiti of a head exploding.
Yep. It can help you find the radios a little bit when that happens, or know that there's one right there nearby. Yeah. So I went to the clinic next. That makes sense, because if you try to go too far northwest and you hit Puesta del Sol, and he's like, do not go there yet. Just like if you go too far to the east and stuff. So clinic is next, and that's where you find Christine, which I assume y'all probably did that in order, right? Dog first, then Christine.
Yeah, I got Dean Domino.
You did? Okay.
Yeah.
You went to the residential district and stuff.
Yeah.
I think I got Christine last.
One thing you got to make sure you're looking for are holotapes. Because there's a lot of holotapes that unlock stuff at the vending machine.
Right. Yeah, like repair kits, which are really
yeah.
useful.
Yeah. And also bullets for the police revolvers.
Oh, you get through 57 through the
Through the vending machine.
requisitions.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, Andrew asked about the achievements, what they're for. I mean, essentially, you get 500 of the chips, you get an achievement. And I think these actually connect to probably a small perk in the game, but also, in some cases, an Xbox achievement. I'm at like 300 chips so far, so maybe more.
Oh, wow.
But they're very useful, and you turn them in, like Ray's saying, at the machine. So you can buy stuff at the machines right off the bat. But if you find the holotapes or the recipes of a sort, you can also get specific things, which is really useful. On the food, by the way, I mean, I'm sure people realize if they look at the stats, but you might think all the food's the same, but the sugar bombs are the same price as all the other food, but you get more HP for regeneration, especially at first you don't have any stim packs, and it gives you an HP bonus, so always go for sugar bombs. Yeah,
That's my motto.
Exactly, because junk food and all the other things, you get 2 HP for 5 seconds, so that's 10 HP. And 5 rads all the time, or whatever the rad level are. Whereas sugar bombs, you get 2 HP for 7 seconds, so that's 14 HP for the same number of coins, and 11 AP. So it's worth it. Actually, I say that, but that may vary based on some of your perks too. I have my medicine and everything way up, so it may be different, but sugar bombs should still be the best.
I think there was 2 rads, and then something else was 5.
Yep. Oh, and also toilets. So when you're here, you don't have anything to heal with at first. You're taking damage. It can be pretty tough at first, especially if you're not high level. I mean, I found myself sucking down toilet water to heal near the beginning. It was nasty.
That's rough. I just look for beds.
See, and you get the bed in the police station, but I was exploring too much before I got there, and we were being poisoned by a toxic cloud, and so I got really low for a bit, and I couldn't sleep. So yeah, I had 1 rad away that I'd found. So I drank toilet water till I was at 178 rads, and then I took the rad away and healed up. Ugh, gross. Dr. Pooper? No, we do not like Dr. Pooper around here. We do not drink Dr. Pooper.
Some of us don't.
Oh, yeah, I'm ashamed. But it was worth it, I suppose.
Yeah, but since I had Dog as a companion, when I got to Dean Domino, he said he would meet me at the fountain. So then we trekked back over to the clinic, and got Christine. She's a challenge because she can't talk.
Right.
So.
And the clinic is a challenge. So we just got to the clinic. Getting through the clinic is a little bit tough with the security holograms. You've got to look at the terminal and, assign them to the first floor when you go to the second floor when you do the first and stuff. And that's where you get Christine.
Yeah. Yeah, I've done a lot of hacking, getting into terminals, unlocking doors and stuff like that. So it does make it a little bit easier in some cases. Also turning off holograms and everything else.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad that helps. Yeah, I mean, but you can see the emitters. You work your way through, and you have to switch things a couple times. What's funny is when I first found this, I'm like, oh, but if they're on the second floor and I move them to the first floor, they're going to walk by me. No, they're holograms. They don't have to walk to get there. So once I realized that, I'm like, oh, I'm being dumb. It made it a little bit easier. But
Or you can destroy the emitters, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Destroying the emitters helps too.
Yeah. The trick is that you're really in bullet management too, because you're not you don't have unlimited ammo.
No, but if you do a mix of melee and like at first it's rough. It can be hard to survive. And I came in here, by the way, Ray. I had 20 melee and 25 unarmed. I was woefully unprepared.
Oh yeah,
That's the same thing with me.
Yeah, I think my unarmed is like 18.
Yeah, we low, we low on this run, except for some of our listeners, and I think Andrew has higher melee probably.
I'm at unarmed. Melee is low, but my unarmed is up to 72. I either need to level up or find a pugilist digest or whatever they're called to get my unarmed up. to do that Roar's Fist exploit thing that
Yeah.
Matt was talking about.
Some people have gone in with it and already made it. You can find the first workbench area to craft that if you have it on you near the PlayStation. It's the police station.
PlayStation.
Don't go near the
Oh,
PlayStation. You'll
The
crash.
loading screen will take forever.
You can also get the stealth suit here in the clinic too, right? Ray, did you get the stealth suit? I figured that's kind of your thing.
Yeah, but I didn't. It's not that stealthy. So
Mhm.
the police armor is the same weight,
Yep.
but
DT of 15.
has a higher DT
Yeah.
than the stealth suit. And
That's the
so
way to go.
in New Vegas, it's all based on the weight of the item, not the stealth suit doesn't have any additional perk to it, and it wouldn't
It
matter
gives you sneak
anyway.
plus 10, but you don't need it.
I'm already sneak 100, so I can't. The sneak plus 10 didn't help. But again, this was the first DLC, so the expectation was that you would be a much lower level when you went in to begin with.
For people who didn't find the Sierra Madre Guard armor, by the way, the best place to find it is actually behind the police station. You have to go kind of just a little bit above, and you follow the one that goes all the way west, and then you find stairs. You get through a door and stairs. You go upstairs, and you can find it up there. It is in a locked chest or locker, I believe. But yeah, I'm actually fine. We went down the street because you mentioned bullets, and I actually have lots of bullets. Between the holographic bullets, Ray, and all the 20 stuff I picked up for the shotgun, which I'm not even using, all the 357 for the police pistol, I'm actually at, I don't know, I probably still have like 180 bullets now. So that's not bad. That's enough that 180 bullets for the police pistol, let alone all the book holographic stuff. So I'm in pretty good shape.
Yeah, and I'm just throwing away, perks at this point because, there really isn't anything left that I really need. So I took Cowboy, I think, because I finally got my melee up to 50, and
nice.
So Cowboy came up. So now I've got a little more damage with pistols and knives.
So this is where you meet Christine. You get her out of the auto dock where she's stuck, but unfortunately she's been in there too long, and as you mentioned, she can't speak, and so because her her vocal cords got mangled and such. But you can keep her as a companion. You can send her to the fountain just like with the others.
Yeah, and unfortunately, there's a bunch of auto docks that you can use, but they don't heal you. They only fix your broken limbs.
Right. Yeah. Which, how many broken limbs do people get? I mean, maybe it's because we're higher level, but I'm finding, you can find a few doctor bags. You can, of course, get them from the chips machines.
Yeah. I guess
But I'm
maybe
not
if you're
breaking
falling
limbs.
off the balconies and stuff.
That's true. Sometimes you do run, sometimes you do jump.
Yeah, I've run around a lot on the rooftops.
Yeah.
And you forget you don't have goat legs,
Yeah.
so you step
True.
off.
The balconies aren't too high, though. That is one thing I found. Like most of the second floor balconies, you don't take any damage falling from them. But roofs, I think you probably would.
What I am most annoyed about is, I definitely generally find safety in the corners, like the poison gas or the beep 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 of the collar. If you get to the corners of the the far edges of the room, generally you're pretty safe, except for when there's a door to open and you're running and your collar's going beep 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 beep, and you have to die. You want to get to the other side of this wall, so you need to open the door to get through, but you're too far to the left of the door, so instead of opening the door, it slams you up against the wall and pins you there, and then your head explodes. And you're like,
God. Oh, God. We've all been there.
you son of a bitch door.
I swear, though, the whole thing, like, I know you can rush through, and it's not that spooky, but the atmosphere really is what changes up this DLC so much. Like, not only does it change your gameplay, But, the beeps and the head explosions and the soundtrack, it's just so spooky. I play this really, really slowly because it puts me off kilter the whole time. But I also mentioned how I was picking everything up because this DLC is full of stuff. So some of it you can trade in, some of it you can use to craft. But you might see that there's a lot of scrap metal and batteries and cans and all that. And you can change the stuff into scrap metal, and then you can use it when you have Christine. If you talk to her, go down a certain line of questioning, you can unlock a perk called Coin Operator, which is essentially, she allows you kind of like an ED workbench where you can talk to her and you can craft. You have to go to a workbench to do it. But if you talk to her, she gives you a perk where you can craft Sierra Madre chips yourself out of a fission battery and scrap metal.
Oh.
So you can kind of cheat the system. You can make your own, like minting your own bottle caps,
Does that count towards the 500?
I actually don't know. I don't know if it counts towards the 500. I think it does, but you're going to get there anyway. No problem. Like, it doesn't take that long to get there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've been picking up all I can find, and you're like, yeah, I've got like a couple hundred. And I'm like, I think I've got like, 18, 19. No,
Yeah,
more than that.
I'm close to
definitely,
500 at this point. I'm over 300 for sure.
Wow. And it's not something I need to save. I can go ahead and spend them at the... It's not like you have to... There's well over 500.
There's over 500. I don't know how much over,
Okay.
but yes. And if you do get Christine and you unlock this and have scrap metal and stuff, then you can get more
there's-
for sure.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay.
So one thing I noticed with the beeping, if you listen, you can hear the hologram lady, her recording. You can hear it because it's degraded. That's what's causing your collar to explode because of the degradation of the sound. It's getting a certain frequency that's causing it. That's what Father Elijah said anyway. But you can hear her garbled talking before you hear so you hear that, and then you go a little bit further, you hear the beeping. So that's what I was going by. So if I could hear her, I knew there was that helped me a few times.
Oh,
Not enough
interesting.
because I still exploded a lot, but
Good way to do it. I mean, and there's time. Once you first hear the beeping, you can just catch it quick enough and run away.
or run the wrong way or take an extended blink and walk right into it when you wake up.
Whoops.
Yeah, I have found that anytime you think you can run past or through the beeping, you can't. Unless you're Ray, apparently, or someone on PC, you can move faster. But every time I'm like, oh, I'll just push through and I'll find a safe area. No. I mean, it barely works with the gas, with the toxic clouds, let alone the beeping. So I have to run back and then make a plan. Like, okay, I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna look for the radio. If I can't find it, I back off. I'm gonna go in again, look for the radio, and if I can't find it,
Would you say that the clues to where the little radio beacon things are hidden are like percentage-wise, like half of them, a quarter of them, a third of them are, give you the little arrow plus pointed this way, the heads up to where they're located?
I mean, I think it's pretty high.
Is it like all of them? Is there always a
Yeah.
clue?
probably not all of them, but some of them.
Yeah, there's not always a clue, but when there is a clue, there's always a transmitter.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say when there's one you can't find and you have trouble with it and you die a couple times, there's probably a clue around that one
Oh, I get
'Cause
it.
they know.
Right.
during playtesting. Yeah, they know the ones that are less obvious than others, just like all Dean's secret stashes, So I have not gotten Dean Domino yet. I've got Christine, I've got Dog God, and I'm like halfway through the villa stuff. Right on the edge of the residential, so I haven't gone in there yet to get him. So I'm not quite sure how that goes down for y'all. And Ray, you went there first. I was surprised about that.
Yeah, because I didn't spend a lot of time, thoroughly going through the area. I just went to where I needed to be, and picked up anything that happened to be in my way. But yeah, he's on the second floor in one of the apartment buildings, so I just was, zipping down the corridor, went up some stairs, in through a hole in the wall, and there he was.
Have you found the ghost people too challenging? I mean, because they're not, once you get decent weapons, they're not too bad.
Yeah,
they're challenging. They'll kill you, but once you get weapons, you're okay.
Yeah, and because my sneak is so high, I very rarely interact with the ghost people, except to aggro them so that dog eats them.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Because he goes running over, hungry.
Oh my goodness!
Poof! They explode.
I didn't get like the hint at first. Like he kept saying hungry, hungry. Like he's wanting you to kill something so he can go over and eat on it. Or why doesn't he just kill it himself? Why is he telling me?
He does.
He does kill himself too.
Yeah.
It's like, just go ahead.
As long as they're aggroed, he's good to go.
My sneak is too good, and I have that. There's tons of traps, like shotgun traps and tripwires and stuff all over the place. But I also have that, whatever the sneak perk is. Yeah, light step that you don't set off traps. So that's pretty great.
I think we all have it. I think that is really important. John, do you have light step, or are you setting off traps before you go?
Yeah, I have it. I forgot I had it. So I turned around and saw the trap on the floor. I'm like, oh crap. Oh wait, I didn't set that. Okay.
It's like, yay.
But that's an easy way to gain experience points, because you can just unarm them and gain a bunch of points. So
yeah, that's good stuff. So I would call that an almost essential perk. Like if you're well set up for melee, this is great, because I'm still, one of the reasons bullets aren't an issue for me, Ray, until I got plenty saved up, is because I am, even though I don't have good melee, I've been going heavy on it, like hollow rifle and then melee, and then when they go down unconscious, I whack the heck out of them until they don't come back up.
Yeah.
Because you can kill them while they're down. You know what I mean? While they're unconscious, if you just keep whacking them, a lot of times you'll be able to get enough that you can then search.
Yeah. Yeah, and I also have Tunnel Runner. Which makes your sneak speed really fast. So I sneak faster than I walk.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's a great perk for this, for sure. Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, sometimes almost too fast. Can definitely get you in trouble.
I need to look into that one.
Most people run into a bad situation, you just sneak into it. That's awesome. So yeah, you mentioned, so he is in the residential. He's up on the second floor of an apartment. Anything notable going over there to get him?
No, he's a little put off that you're in his spotlight. This is his gig. He wants to be in charge. So I just told him, yeah, no, you're totally in charge. Go for it.
Go ahead.
Absolutely.
I'll just sit on this chair with this suspicious spring poking out of it.
Yeah, that was the other thing. So, when you sit and talk to him, he tells you that you're sitting on a booby trap.
Yeah.
It's like, don't
and
fart.
So my explosive skill is high enough that I would told him that, well, it better be a pretty focused shape charge. Otherwise, it's going to take you out too. So.
And he's like, ooh, you know your stuff.
So, but eventually, I appealed to his vanity and he, decided he would help me.
Yeah, he thinks he's a cool guy as far as I remember. But so when you get all three, and you've got, one with you and you've sent them all back to the fountain, you got to return to the fountain with, your Oceans 4 team that you've assembled to find out what Father Elijah actually wants. Because up to this point, you don't really know what he wants. So if he wants to get in the casino, he thinks you're going to need all of you together to do it. And that's why you've got to bring everybody back to him.
Yeah. And so then he lays out the plan, what you need to do next to get, each person into a particular spot for them to do a particular job.
And so that's the next big section is getting these people to the different spots in order, because you have to essentially, he wants to close the security, shut down the security. In order to make that happen, you have to set up the situation so that the original gala that they were planning on holding can be held with the holograms and such. You can hold the gala. And so you have to get people to certain places to make that happen, right?
Yep.
And that's pretty much it. So now, as far as how far we've gotten on that, Ray, have you done any of that yet?
Yeah. So I put Dog in position, and I'm currently on my way to getting Christine into her spot.
Mm-hmm.
Because Dean Domino told me that he wouldn't go to his position alone. So
is him
I
skilled?
think I think based on that, I need to be with him when we get there. So I'll do him last.
Okay, that makes sense. And just like with the other one, you should do Dog first, or at least Elijah will tell you you can.
Yeah.
You kind of figure out what you're doing. Now,
Well,
John,
and you do need to, there's a little finagling that needs to go on. These aren't just straightforward, take them there and leave them. So there's interactions that you have to go through once you get there.
for each of these. So you've done 2 now, or you're on your way to the second.
Yeah. 1.5.
John, you've done all 3 already, haven't you? Of this part 2. So you've actually made it further than any of us, I think, because I don't think, Andrew, you haven't got to the casino yet, right?
No, I just dumped everybody at the fountain. I collected all 3 of the people, and I'm stopped there at the fountain.
Yeah, that's where I thought we'd get. So like Ray said, that's maybe a third of the way through. Like, it's not really halfway, more like a third of the way, but it's a decent way in. Because navigating the villa and getting acclimated to the DLC, getting actual equipment and stuff like that, I feel like that takes a while. So, and then once you know what you're doing and you have a plan and you're equipped again, it goes a little bit quicker for you. But John, you've done all of that. You've already navigated the villa and stuff. But how many hours would you say you put into it to get that far?
Probably 6.
Okay.
About 3 a night. Yeah.
Seems about right. Like, I've had people say they can get through the DLC as fast as 5 hours for the whole thing, but I think it's normally 6 to 8 hours too.
Yeah, it's going to take me about 8.
Yep.
Good to know.
I mean, if you get lost more, it could take 10.
Yeah, if you're like me, have no idea where you're going, you loop back on yourself 100 times. Yeah.
But you sound like you're doing pretty okay.
6.
Yeah, it sounds like you're doing pretty okay with this one, though, Andrew. So far, like, it's navigable.
There was one stairwell I kept going up against. Like, God damn it! Why do I keep ending up here again? There's one staircase I climbed way too many times.
So one of the funny things, so the holograms, the ghost people actually find the holograms interesting. So you can use holograms to distract ghost people. I'm sure you all have done it once or twice, but you can also use it like breadcrumbs. Like, if you've been to a location and turn on a hologram, then you know when you're back in the same location again if you're not following the map. So it kind of helps if you get turned around.
That's also why I loot all bodies. So I come back and
if they have something on
if they have
them,
stuff, I know I haven't been there. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
You sure can get a lot of knives, that's for sure. A lot of throwing knives and
see, but the great thing about New
spears.
Vegas is you can compound everything by repairing it. So that does it helps me keep track of where I've been, and you can improve a weapon. And I think it's kind of neat. I had 4 or 5 of those police pistols, and you stack them all up and can press them down into one pistol magically somehow, and it increases the damage by 30% as well. It's like, oh wow, that actually made it a better weapon too. I forgot that there was a direct correlation between the weapon condition and the damage that it does as well.
Yeah.
What's the perk that allows you to combine like items like
Jury rigging?
Jerry rigging? Yeah, that's got me in trouble a couple.
When you do the wrong thing?
That I did that to my armor.
Yeah, not something you want to do in Dead Money.
No.
But it's funny, because with jury rigging, you can repair but the guard helmet, you can repair with sunglasses. I love that I can take useless sunglasses and repair my helmet to 100% with them.
That's hilarious.
Well, but they're not useless for me because I've got the 4 ice perk or trait.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So I have to wear
that's
glasses.
a skill.
So does it have to be glasses or sunglasses work?
Just glasses of any kind,
Just glasses. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
but not police helmets.
Bottle cap glasses, John Lennon glasses, any of those glasses.
Yeah.
Fashionable.
Fashionable, which we don't have fashionable glasses in New Vegas. Can you believe it? What is a girl to wear? But any other thoughts on Dead Money? I know we're going kind of long. I think we kind of set the scene for how we gather the team together and all that.
Yeah. Cool vibes.
Right. You see why I said it's very different?
I feel like each of the DLCs has done a good job about being a totally different environment, but still sort of grounded, yet following most of the rules, but also at the same time taking all the rules and throwing them out the window, if that makes sense.
That's a great way to describe it. I think that's exactly what they do. Yeah, that's perfect.
It's like each place you go, they strip you down and give you a different set of circumstances, and they don't let you take anybody or anything with you. It's fun.
Well, good. I'm glad that you're into it or enjoying it, or that it hasn't been as much of a pain as I worried it would be.
Oh, it's probably still a pain, but a pain can be
you
fun.
Prepared for the
A
worst.
pain can be fun.
Yeah, we built you up for it to be even worse, so that's good.
Yeah, I wouldn't understand why this would be like the hated one. Like, I don't see how this is any worse or better than the Hearts one or
Just
the Big
changing
MT
the tone
or
of the
anything.
game, and also if you're lower level, it is more painful.
And no death claws, so that's good.
Oh, that's true. Or if you love death bunnies, then no death claws. That sucks.
Oh, boo! No death claws. Come on.
Well, cool. If that's everybody's thoughts, we should move on to game time.
Yeah. Oh, geez, we've gone super long already. Do you think we have time for game time? We might just go to Iguana Bits. Do you want to do some
I
Iguana
think that's the most
Bits?
important part. Screw the bits.
Screw the bits. Oh, goodness. Okay. Well,
I will never say that again.
I don't have. Yes, I do have game time. Let's play some game time.
What time is it? Game time! Woo!
All right. Ray, you said you caught up. You listened to the show last week. Last week I came up with a new game I was calling Near and Far.
This is near.
You see your Grover goes near.
This is far.
And then Grover goes far. And then we team up with Summer Times because we're going on a road trip. Last week I did some New Vegas, but like I mentioned, the first design I did was in Fallout 4 because that's what I've been playing. So like even though the Roundtable's been like the main playthrough, my side game's been Fallout 4 a lot recently. So I was just sort of looking at the map and thinking of what's a fun way to use Appalachia with. Just like, man, I've already used all these locations 100 times. What's a new way to use the map? So I was like, oh, let's talk about the distances between those items. So just like a road trip in Fallout 4, you guys. So like I did last time, I'm just going to give you two locations that we're driving in between, or walking, or electric biking, maybe, Jess.
Yes. Electric biking. That's the best way to travel. I wish there were bikes in Fallout.
So I almost did the same one. That was last week. We did this one. Okay, so let's do near far for Fallout 4. We're sticking mainly to the that north corner of them. So we'll just go link to link to link, and I'll switch person to person to person here. So Ray, I'll let you have the honors of starting since you missed out last week. We're starting at Sanctuary Hills, and our first stop is going to be over there to 10 Pines Bluff. A little bit of a long leg to start there. That is a 6.5 distance units trip. From the 10 Pines Bluff to the Starlight Drive-In down there, we're going to go catch a movie. Is that distance from Sanctuary Hills to 10 Pines Bluff? Is the 10 Pines to the movie theater, is that longer or shorter, near or far? 10 Pines to Starlight, our second leg there. Is that going to be longer or shorter?
Oof. As the crow flies?
Yes, exactly. Because I literally took a ruler and measured on the screen from the middle of the icon to the middle of the icon. If that
Because
makes
I
sense.
think that
I should do it by roads. No, you're smart. If this is a
you-
road trip, I need to be tracing the roads. You're correct. I need to screw this crow flies thing.
But who just follows the roads?
Lee. If you ever ask Lee how to get somewhere in a game, he's like, "Oh, I take the 15 north to the 37 south over to the." I'm like, "What? You know all the road numbers and the routes and stuff. It's great."
Yeah, so I'm going to say, so as the crow flies, Sanctuary is closer, but on the roads, I think that Starlight Drive-In is closer.
The Starlight Drive-In, that second shift is a little bit shorter. We got 4 distance units from 10 Pines to Starlight. All right, Starlight Drive-In. After the movie, we decided we're going to go visit our buddies over there at the Taffington Boathouse, so we're taking a drive, Jess. Is the distance from Starlight Drive-In to the Taffington Boathouse near or far in comparison to the
one
10
from 10
Pines
to
Bluff
Starlight?
to
I
Starlight?
think that it is a little bit longer to Taffington.
You are correct. It is far. Ding. Taffington, Starlight to Taffington is 5.5 distance units. All right, so we're at Taffington. We spent the night with our buddies, got a good time. Now we're going to go over to stop off at Mom's house. Mom lives over there at County Crossing. Still headed off that direction on the map. County Crossing, near or far from Starlight to Taffington? This is on you, Mr. Shoveler, sir.
Yes, I'm thinking.
So we
I don't know. I'm gonna say near.
Near is correct. Good job.
That's a good guess.
All right, Ray. Well, it's actually pretty close. That's 4.5. So Ray, near or far? Our next leg is from County Crossing, where we just got to visit Mom. Cousin Steve is over here at Finch Farm. We need to go visit
hey,
cousin
Steve.
So is County Crossing to Finch Farm near or far from the previous leg?
Very much near.
Very much near, just a skip and a stone over there. That is right. Good job.
My assigned settlement last playthrough.
2.5 distance units. Finch Farm, you said?
No, County Crossing.
Oh, County Crossing. Yeah. Not too far, not too far. Well then, Jess, how about Finch Farm up to the Slog? We got County Crossing to Finch Farms, and then Finch Farm to the Slog. They're all kind of over there a little bit. What do you think? Near or far?
Did you hear the whole place was run by ghouls?
Yeah, I'd never heard that before, amazingly.
Yeah, I never heard it either.
No
So-
one's ever said that.
The distance from Finch Farm compared to the distance to
The previous leg was County Crossing to Finch Farm, and then Finch
It's
Farm
got
to
to be
the
further to
Slog.
Slog, just a little further.
Oh, you're right. So much. So it's 2.5 to 2.75. Very much. Just a little tiny smidge of it, a little more. All right. So over to you, Mr. Shoveler, sir. From the Slog, we're going over to Green Top. We're going to pick up some botanicals or something. Green Top Nursery. Do you think near or far?
It's far.
Far. Oh, this is a trick question. It is exactly the same. I'm such a jerk. I'm such a jerk.
I was too quick on the incorrect buzzer. I'm not sure what he gets for that. He gets the
He gets a grr. Yeah, exactly. Wonderful. All right. So Ray, our next leg here, Covenant, going down to Covenant from Green Top.
That's far.
Way far. This is 2.75 up to 5 distance units. All right, Jess, we're going from Covenant to Abernathy Farm. Is that going to be near or far from our previous leg?
I think that's still a little further. I think that's still a little bit of a
is.
longer leg.
It is. That is the longest leg of our trip at 8.5 distance units. So
Distance units. That's a
distance
measure.
units,
That's a measure.
miles,
DUs.
kilometers. I don't know what the
Even farther if you actually
Steps.
take the roads.
Wicked.
no crows. And, of course, since I just said this is the longest one, the answer to this next one will be obvious. John, to you, Abernathy Farm to the Red Rocket.
I'm guessing it might be near.
Yes, very much so.
That's probably the closest of all.
Stone's throw.
You could shoot somebody at the Red Rocket from on top of Abernathy Farm.
If it was Fallout 76, the settlements could touch. They're so close.
Absolutely. All right, let's see. Ray, you're up. Red Rocket. We're headed back towards Sanctuary Hills.
Ooh.
What do you think? Abernathy to Red Rocket to Sanctuary.
Huh.
Where do you count Sanctuary? Is it the bridge or is it after the bridge?
It's the
Center of the
middle.
icon.
It's the middle of the icon on the map.
Wow.
So where is that icon? Do they put the little statue guy like in the roundabout area? Do they put him on the bridge? I don't remember where they put the
I'm not sure.
icon.
I'm gonna go with near.
I'm a jerk again. It's exactly the
Same.
distance. Exactly
Of
the
course
same
it
distance.
is.
All right, last one here, Jess. Take us home back to the vault. Sanctuary Hills to vault.
Sanctuary to the vault, as much as they are essentially right there
Oh my
with
God,
that
it's
river
so
and
close.
winding
All of
path
that
and
stuff.
the icon, I'm going to say a teeny bit longer.
Oh, no, that one is actually shorter.
Exactly
That
the
is
same.
No, it's shorter. That's our smallest distance of the game is from Sanctuary to Vault 111 is one distance unit. All right, guys.
That makes sense.
Thank you so much for playing this edition of Near and Far.
Game over, man. Game over.
All right. Thanks for playing. Next, let's get into some bits.
Jessica, to the office, please. Jessica, to the office. Your iguana bits are ready. Please come pick them up.
Yum.
We've got some news for you coming right up.
Uh-oh.
Mr. New Vegas, this is my segment. What are you doing? Button in. That guy always button in.
Get
These are
out of
bits.
here. Who let that guy in here?
So I got a couple little bits tonight, just a few things to talk about, little morsels to snack on. First, I just wanted to mention for our listeners in the UK, or near to the UK, who may be able to travel there.
Uh-oh.
Plans for a Fallout celebration UK meetup are coming
way.
together. Just so you know. So if you've been jelly of the Wasteland Jamboree, the fan celebration, the Mojave Mayhem, all that, our friend Wild Wasteland Memes and a few other people have basically been in overdrive the last month since the Jamboree. People started talking. They're working to make it happen. No details yet, but I just want to let you know, keep your ears perked, obviously. We will share info as it comes up, but a UK celebration should be happening within the next year, is what it's looking like.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, big Fallout meetup for our fans across the pond. I mean, they even have their own Fallout London. Have you heard of it? So, hopefully that's
No,
represented
I
there too.
haven't. What's that like?
Hopefully they are.
That would be awesome. So I just want to let you all know. On other news, speaking of London and Fallout 4, the upgrade happened. As Andrew mentioned earlier this week, the Fallout 4 mod limit increase has happened, along with a patch. There was a patch too, like we talked about. A few things changed. But if you are on console and you hadn't backed up your mod load order or had a recent save, it could be a little bit hellacious for you when you load back in. So just to be aware, your mods will be wiped out. If you have saved since the anniversary update back in November, whenever it was, and you were prepared, you'll actually be able to download your mods and have some of that load order saved. So it's not as big of a deal. Andrew, you said obviously you've been playing actively on that one, so it wasn't too much of a hassle for you, or was it?
No, it was more of a hassle because I found everything that was. See, I was playing with a bunch of older mods and stuff. This is from a few years ago that the base of this was created. So it's a mix of the new creations, but mainly older mods that may or may not be supported anymore. So
that's the thing. If they're not on the store, you're in trouble.
Yeah. But I luckily could go back and find them all. But since a majority of the ones I was using were like old mods, it wasn't just an easy peasy, oh, here, let's load up and go. I had to go back in and individually find them and, go to my past bookmarked, like, mods, go in, download, then activate, and so it was kind of a hassle.
Was a hassle.
But all
Yep.
of the creation stuff, easy peasy. There it was. Snapped over immediately.
Yeah, so us old heads still using some old stuff that we've had installed for years are going to have more of a trouble. And obviously, if you went in there and you backed up your load order as well as a save, then you're going to have the easier time of anyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
And
it's
I have less than 20 loaded too. So if you're one of those people who have 300 loaded, that might be a little more of a headache.
And previously on console, it would be very difficult to have that many. But I've had as many as 120, 130 on console before. So, and that is a pain. And now we're going to have so much more space. But so the upgrade happened. Your mods are wiped, but if you're prepared, they won't be as hard to install. But if you have older ones, like Andrew's saying, or you have a lot, it could be a little bit more difficult. Along those lines, I wanted to mention to people like, okay, great. What can I do with all this new mod space? Well, obviously,
that was
stuff
my
already
first
there.
thought. I was like,
all
Yay!
the new creations.
Look at all this space.
Right. But they've been releasing a lot of new creations over the last 6 months now already coming out. Other ones porting over. And of course, one of the things that pops in people's mind are sim settlements. Now I can run sim settlements 2. And yes, that will be able to be run through via creations. Now, Sim Settlements Extended, Kingath actually put out a video recently on already because he's talking about what you can do with the space and will they be bringing over Extended to the console now that they could and put that up in creations. Well, no, not the full Extended. And the reason for that is that altogether it's a good 6 to 10 gigabytes. And there's still a limit on how big creations can be. Creations can only be a max of 2 gig now. It used to be, back in the day, it was 1. When Starfield, around the time I think they launched Watchtower, actually, coincidentally, they raised that to 2. So I think that 2 gigabyte limit is still on Fallout 4. So while you have 100 gig now on series consoles to play with and other things, the individual mods themselves can only be 2 gigabytes max. So Extended won't fit, but they're doing a cut down version of it so that we get the Sim Settlements 2. Is it Sim Settlements 2 Extended, Ray? Is that the total title? Do you know?
I'm not sure. I haven't played with that one in a long time.
Right, and there might be different nomenclature between the versions, but they're going to cut it down. They're going to give us, so we get the full experience, but it'll be minus some of the custom textures and all that stuff, because as you can imagine, custom textures take up the most space. So they're not approaching Star Wars Genesis levels or Skyrim Novus levels. But it's still custom textures take up a lot of room, and these are some big ass mods. So
yeah, they would have to raise your mod limit to
bigger than the actual hard drive in the Xbox.
800 gigabytes.
Yeah, nah, dog, that's not happening. So. That's something to look forward to. So I just wanted to mention that Kingath has said that they are definitely going to get the full experience for us as they continue to work on things. And they're still working on Conqueror too and some other stuff. But yeah, yay, Fallout 4 upgrade. When we get into Fallout 4, at some point in the near future, hopefully we all get back in. We can play with some of these new mods or, in the case of Andrew, use our legacy setup. However.
Yeah,
Or buy
I
an
recommend.
Xbox.
For the PC players, yay upgrade. So,
as always, breaking things. Yep, every time, right?
Yeah. So while you wait, for the mods to get updated, you can rest assured now when you leave a building in Fallout 4, you'll get Commonwealth as the marker for the door instead of lookup failed now.
Yeah, they fixed that in the update. That was one of the patches. There was all kinds of lookup failed.
So,
but
you can rest easy that all your mod headaches are totally worth it because now when you open a door, where you're going.
This is important stuff. This is an improvement.
Because that's the beauty about lookup failed is that it didn't matter. You still knew you were walking out the door into Boston. So,
But they have been doing some pretty regular. We're getting a couple new creations every month. And so I'm excited to check out some of these new ones that have come out over, especially the last 6 to 8 months. There've been a lot of cool stuff coming out on top of just more of what was already there, Gonna be fun. Next up, there is a new season of Fallout Shelter that just started. Fallout Shelter Synthetic Identity. Yes, they're doing a synth-based season. Could be fun.
I actually
I've been
loaded it
about
up.
them.
I haven't played the last 2 seasons. I played, a season or 2 ago? I don't remember, but I loaded it up yesterday. Haven't really.
Yeah, they're going
played
quickly.
much of
This
it.
should be the 5th season, I think. But it's hard to
Ooh.
keep track because they're happening quicker than I expected, with the turnover.
Yeah, so I haven't done anything with it, really. Solior pointed out that, hey, it's a Synth Institute one, so I was like, maybe I'll duck in and see what it's like.
Right? And it could be really cool. You could get some neat characters from it, maybe some neat items. Speaking of creations, a new creation came out for Skyrim, and creations come out regularly, right? But this is a huge one, so I wanted to mention it. It's called Heart of the Mountain, and it's one of those kind of cooperative creations or mods where a team of people come together to make it. Eleonora worked on it among other people. It's got a lot of voice protagonists. It's got multi-part quest lines. It's got a bunch of new locations. It even has a trailer. It was big enough they gave it a creations trailer that's over on the Bethesda YouTube page if you want to check it out. So Heart of the Mountain. It looks like a pretty cool adventure for our Skyrim friends.
Fun. Is that a paid?
Yes, I believe it is a paid creation. Yep.
Cool.
And a little closer to home, much like our No Man's Sky friends, in 76, we're going to be getting swarms. Infestations. Now,
Oh, no.
who cribbed whose homework here, okay? Launching swarms and infestations at the same time. 76 taking it from No Man's Sky. I feel like we announced it first. You guys just got an emoji.
yeah.
But the infestations will be launching along with the new season, of course, as we talked about on June 2nd. So we are just a few days away. We have more information on infestations now. There was a little brief playthrough thing that the devs did on Discord. They did an AMA on Tuesday, and then there was a little playtest we got to watch the other day. And essentially, they are what we thought they were.
They are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
You know what they were on the PTS, although they've tweaked it a bit. But we found out there are specifically now 40 locations where these infestations can spawn. So 40 locations that have been made customized, so it'll be different at every time. And the infestation can be a large number of creatures. It's robots, it's insects, it's ghouls and scorts and all the things you'd expect. But a good variety. The bosses are actually pretty darn tough. Are they tough enough that if you end up being a minute or two late, that the boss won't already be dead if somebody OP shows up? No. Unfortunately, if someone gets to the boss quick enough, it's still going to be over kind of quick. But for just the smaller groups of people, for people who, if you're unserved without someone that's over, high leveled, they're actually pretty tough and you can die a bit. So that's kind of fun. So 40 locations they can spawn, lots of creatures and combos. And with the update, they hinted at something new that we hadn't heard about before, which is that, we had heard about this part, that we may be getting a Deathclaw camp pet. That will be coming.
Ooh.
Deathclaw camp pet. But what they hadn't hinted at before, what if your camp pet could travel with you as a companion finally, and not just in your camp?
Like come out and go out and about and actually engage and fight and stuff? That's great.
Bring in your pets or your pigs or your Deathclaws along with you for the journey. So
Death meat.
yes, death meat. It's not confirmed yet. It's not confirmed as a thing, but they hinted around it in such a way that makes me think they're working on a way they think they could actually happen. So we'll see. To hop to the non-Fallout news, sad news today and good news. Sad news, Fable, the new Fable, my most anticipated game of 2026, is now my most anticipated game of 2027.
No.
Yeah. So it hadn't been given a date. It was supposed to be this fall. We knew it was going to be a crowded area. GTA, of course, coming out in November. And a lot of other big games coming out September, October. And last year, Outer Worlds 2 got kind of lost in that fall shuffle when it came out in October. And I wonder if they looked at that and they said, between the fall shuffle and GTA, and the game could use a little more time, they pushed it. So they pushed it to February 2027 for the new Fable.
This didn't cost you your fantasy league title, did it?
No, the year of Starfield games is still in number one because I missed getting Fable. You know, I wanted it. Absolutely. But yeah, someone snaked it out from under me and I've never been happier. I'm actually, let me check my standing right now because I want to see. Here we go. Year of Starfield games is in first in their league. Yeah, somebody else had Fable. I'm so sorry. So sorry. But man, no, I wanted it. I'm excited for it. It'll come before too long. But speaking of things that are coming, we have the Summer Game Fest week is next week, y'all. Naughty 3, as we like to call it, is coming around again. So I wanted to bring up the schedule on that for those who maybe don't know about what's happening. So the first big event will be June 2nd, and that'll be for our PlayStation friends, like John here, the PlayStation State of Play. They're probably not going to showcase games you can play on the PlayStation 3, though, at the PlayStation State of Play.
It would crash the whole video.
But it'll be 5 p.m. Eastern on June 2nd. Will be PlayStation State of Play. A lot of new games rumored to be there. We'll see. PlayStation hasn't released much recently, so we'll see what they show. Hopefully some good stuff. Then Summer Game Fest itself is going to be on June 5th. I think that's the Thursday. No, June 5th is the Friday. So it'll be June 5th at 5 p.m. Eastern at Summer Game Fest. Then on Saturday, we have the Future Games Showcase. On the 7th, that's next Sunday, we have the Xbox Game Showcase, which of course I'm excited about, in the morning. Well, 1 p.m. Eastern. Sorry, that's not morning to some people. And the PC Gaming Show will be that afternoon at 3 p.m. So yeah, a bunch of stuff coming up. And then there'll be a Nintendo Direct later in the month, most likely, but they haven't actually announced the time yet. And I say that, but there's also, those are like the 5 biggest ones, probably Summer Game Fest, PlayStation, Future Games, Xbox, and PC Gaming. But then there are going to be a bunch of fun events all month too, Day of the Devs, stuff like that. So expect a lot of announcements and news on games this month. It is Gamer Christmas, as I like to call it.
Yeah, why? I was just about to ask, why this time of year?
It became that for 2 reasons. First, because this is when they set E3 since the early 2000s, or even late 90s. I don't remember when they first started E3. It's been a while. But because it was E3, like originally E3 was part of CNS. Actually, no. Okay. It was part of CES in January, February, until it split off. And then when it split off in E3, that was probably later 2000s. And it moved to this time of year. But the second reason why it moved to this time of year is because perfect time for holiday placement. Announcing stuff. It's an industry event. People can plan. They can get their orders in. They can have meetings
for the
and
October,
get their stock
November
and everything
release,
for fall, for Christmas. Yeah.
Makes sense.
But that is it for the bits. Look forward to some fun stuff next weekend.
Good bits. All right. Couple of shouts on our way out the door. I just, first and foremost, would like to congratulate my little Jaybird Moses.
Scorecation!
Has graduated elementary school and is moving on to middle school. For those of you in the parts of country who don't do middle school, but you do junior high, around here in the Midwest, generally we do 1st to 5th grade is elementary school, and 6th to 8th grade is middle school. I know some places do like 1st to 6th is elementary, and then 7th and 8th is like junior high or something. Yeah, so my kid is going to middle school next year, and Angel was just saying, oh my God, he was like 3 or 4 when I started listening. So our show is a middle schooler now. It's a middle schooler.
Our show is hitting 11 years. We're a middle schooler. It's funny because we've talked earlier that John has been listening to a lot of episodes. So yeah, John remembers when he was a toddler. If you went back to the very first episode.
Absolutely does. All right. So just a big, another big shout for Mo. Congratulations, buddy. Super proud of you.
Scorecation!
All right. Do you have
Wanna
a
give-
shout here
Yeah.
too, Jess?
I got a little shout out. I just want to shout out our friend Shalene. I know a lot of people listen to our show here, also have listened to obviously that Fallout show or Game Stack pretty regularly, or of course Games Who Game. You know, when that happens, which is definitely slowed down. Probably long term slowed down at this point. But she hasn't been podcasting for a while. She stepped away from Game Stack last fall. So if anyone wondering, hey, what's an update? How's she doing and all that? I just want to say she and Archon are doing great. And just everybody, send her, wish her good luck because she's got a new job. They're moving to a new place and they're doing well. So just want to give a little update for you.
Well, good job, Shalene.
Mhm.
Congrats. Well, I'll give her one. Give her one too.
Scorecation! Moving is always a thing, right?
The worst. Ugh.
Yeah.
You just snap your finger. And of course, Angel, the hero of the week, right?
Yes, Angel, Hero of the Week. So I mentioned her and Bob when I talked about the Dr. Pepper Brats, but yeah, Angel is the one that gave me the hookup on where to find them, that got me to get my ass out to Walmart and make it happen. So thank you, Angel.
And we also expect a full report from Angel about her thoughts and experience of her Dr. Pepper inspired, said the package, inspired sausages.
I think that's more honest. The packaging is honest. As I said, much as I'm enjoying a lot of this Dr. Pepper stuff, and I mean, you got it. Dr. Pepper smoothies, good. Dr. Pepper, everything good. Dr. Pepper candy, like the sausages, possibly a taste that might have to be acquired. They're not bad, but they're just not good as I hoped.
What's the Dr. Pepper candy? Is that like root beer barrels, but Dr. Pepper?
I haven't actually had
Dr.
it.
Pepper candy. I haven't seen that.
But yeah, someone told me that they've had Dr. Pepper candy at a convenience store near them. Because I did a big old post about getting the mother load in with a bunch of my Dr. Pepper loot I got last week, and people were commenting, and they're like, "Oh, I've had this Dr. Pepper stuff and this Dr. Pepper stuff." So adding more to the list of things I need to try. Even though I'm officially a Mountain Dew girl, I'm also a Pepper girl. But I mean, who isn't, right? We love Dr. Pepper around
Dr.
here.
Pepper.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And I just tossed out root beer barrels, and I was thinking, holy shit, I haven't seen those in about 20 years. Do they still make root beer barrels?
They
haven't
do.
seen those in a long ass
Yeah.
time.
I'm afraid they're relegated to the same as Werther's and old people candy.
Oh,
that you
Werther's
keep in
are
your purse,
good.
but
Oh, that hurts.
also, still you're mentioning Tic Tacs. Yes, they definitely make Dr. Pepper Tic Tacs. That's it.
What? No way. I'll have to look for those too. That sounds great.
Shake it up. The only kind of Dr. Pepper you can shake and not spray yourself.
I can't believe I didn't tell you this. I got just like a variety pack of lip balm that was different soda flavors. My wife snatched the Dr. Pepper one before I could even get a hold of it. But yeah, I got a variety pack of soda lip balms. So I'm pretty excited to go there. I've been working on the grape Fanta.
Yum.
Good. All right. So that sounds like good shouts there. Thank you, Angel, for the heads up on the Dr. Pepper shakedown. All right. Do you guys have any other topics you would like to discuss on the show tonight? Well, in that case, I would like to thank John, a.k.a. the Shoveler, for joining up and coming on the show to participate in our roundtable tonight. John, it was very nice to speak with you, sir. Thank you so much for coming on this evening.
Well, thank you for inviting me. I really appreciate it. It was fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime. We'll have you back sometime. So you can, besides our Discord, is there some place you exist on the internet?
Mostly it's just Instagram. It's just Sean68UT.
All right. Check him out over there on the IG. Thanks a lot. So much for hopping on tonight, sir. Good to speak with you. You can find Ray at RayLB and at BBCISSS for the Butcher, Baker, Candlemaker, and Space. Also, check him out on at a Sky. I think that's your guys, right? Yeah. All right, Ray. Thanks so much, sir.
Good times.
Jess is over there at Sleep is 4T. So head over there for any information about all of the many projects that she is involved with, and the Starfield Lorecast, etc., etc. Jess, thank you so much for hopping on tonight.
Thanks, y'all. Yeah, I recorded a new Starfield Lorecast last weekend, so there should be another one of them
great.
real soon, too.
Cool. Sounds good. Look for that in your podcatchers, everybody. I've been hanging out over there in the Discord more often, and the Facebook
Place
group.
to be.
Yeah, good place. Good times. The show can be found at the Fallout feed, and I'd like to thank everyone for downloading this edition of the Fallout feed. We will see you in the Wasteland.
Thank you for downloading this episode of the Fallout Feed Roundtable. If you are interested in doing a play-along character with us, the show can be contacted by emailing falloutroundtable@gmail.com. For the Roundtable schedule, our Amazon link, and all other show information, please head on over to asapodcasting.com, where you will find the Fallout feed, a Skyrimatic podcast, our YouTube channel, the Chatterbox, as well as other content. Once again, thank you for downloading, and we'll see you in the Wasteland.
Beefed up my Big Bang.
Sucking down toilet water. I whack the heck out of them. Your Oceans 4 team that you've assembled.
You know now when you open a door, you know where you're going.
Further away, I have more time to shoot.